Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the birthday night hang, or the Sunday night hang, because it's on a Sunday and it's my birthday. It's that rare lining up of stars and moons and planets and such. I'm Ben. This is Aaron. This is Mr. ESPN himself, also known as the Snowy Fox. And we are here to celebrate my birthday. And, we're going to do it the right way as I get ready and do roll call here. That's right, BC Rich 581. Not just ESPN, Mr. ESPN. Yes. We've got Papa Blue, BC Rich 581, Janice Lala, my sister Amanda, Martin, courtesy of L&M Guitar Corner. I was talking with him earlier today. Jason Lindholm made it. Jimmy Ray Hawkins made it too. Perfect. They made a carpool. Probably not. Hip Metalworks, Jeff K. Oh, the pizza is repeating. Speaking of Encores, Robert Ranford, Hip Metalworks, T. Ricky, Terry 3Gs, Michael B. Guitar 1952, Gary. What's up, buddy? Ryan Hall is here. Thomas Santiago. For those who don't know, Thomas even wished me a happy birthday on Facebook, all in caps. I went, there is no other way. There is no other way. Symmetry's firing up the grill. Very nice. Will Varilla's here. He's going to put the on the big screen. Nice. Symmetry. John Duchesne. That's our BC contingent. Coots 13. Hope you're doing well, buddy. You had some surgery recently, as I recall. Who else do we have in here? Oh, scrolling up. Michael B again. Michael Kraus. The Michaels. Robot Master Switch. Ferd Burfel. One of my favorite names in YouTube. Ferd Burfel. He sounds like a crony of your dad's, Doug. You know, I was visiting Sydney and ran into Ferd Burfel. Maybe. Joe Hervey 84. Scrolling up. Absolute Mayhem is here. Jason's here. RJ! Thank you so much, RJ, for the shout out yesterday. We almost made it to the 4,000 subs. If you're new, please subscribe. I was trying to hit 4,000 by the time I hit going live. A little short, but that's okay. We got halfway there. So halfway is good. Royal City Records, Laz. Oh, I'll scroll down the bottom. Right. There's where we got Craig Thompson. Welcome. First time here. Cooper's here. Nice. I ran into Cooper on Pete Thorne's stream today. Dylan's here.
Hell yeah, Dylan's here.
All right, and let's get things started. Well, what kind were these? I don't know. Ripped off the top and threw it away. These will be the hybrid. Well, made from Blue Dream. So we're going to have a gummy to start things off. Because, oh, look at it. They even look like the sour gummies.
I think the last time I was
these laying around the trailer, Doug says.
Last time I was on, I think you ate like 20 some odd gummies.
Yep. Hey, Valeria. Wow, that is much more potent than the last ones. Yep. Gummies smaller, yet twice the milligrams. More than twice. BC Rich says branded gas. That does not bode well for starting the summer drive season. Nope. Got blackjack guitar.
So, Benjamin, how old are you?
48. Hey, all day, all night. What's that?
I said, oh, snap. Looking good.
Indeed, yeah. I was thinking, Doug, the last time my birthday fell on a Sunday, we were hanging out with about 8 other people in the south infield of Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And I started day drinking because they had the Richard Petty driving experience out on the track, and I thought, we got Dad's credit card in the pocket. We better get some cold snacks into us so we don't burn a hole in the credit card doing hot laps. So, Mark?
No, it wasn't. I was going to say I shared that memory the other day, but it wasn't the other day because it would have been today, a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yep. Spent my 40th birthday in the man cave. That was a surprise party, I would say, because there was, yourself, me, and I'm trying to think who went down with us that year. Was that the year that Rich went down as well?
No. For your birthday one?
Yeah. 8 years ago. It would be 2014. Might have been just the 3 of us that went down that year.
May have been.
Because I missed the next year.
you see Will Varela? 48. That was the year of his first marriage. 1748.
Right.
I love Will Varela.
But yeah, then we had like Grant came up and
Terry Himes.
Sam and Monica and a bunch of other people came by the man cave. And I was like, wait a minute, you all live like 2-3 hours away. And that was the first time I got my own Mountain Kool-Aid in a mason jar.
Well, it was set up like a month before that. You just didn't know.
That's typical, right? I don't know these things. But
Yes,
it was,
or when we were there, yes, it is typical that you do not know what's going on. Yes.
I usually remember arriving at the man cave. Don't usually remember leaving.
I'm just saying a whole other stuff that you don't usually remember either.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, we deal with that. Hey, Sandra, thank you. And Pete Hickson. Great to see Pete in here. He's rolling up a 5 paper. That's fine. Travis, happy bong day. You know, and speaking of which, got a little taste of the past, Aaron.
What's that?
Well, I was on the res the other day, and my sister asked, she goes, can you grab for me? And I said, sure. And I had to dip into a bit of it because we picked up a strain that I've only heard about. I actually have some Acapulco Gold.
Earthquaker, baby.
Yeah. Well, before that, Cheech and Chong album, baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. But
So,
you know, for me, it's all about the EQD.
Yeah. So we're going to have some of that. And yes, that's Aaron noodling.
It's not me.
No. Doug has a hard time playing the radio.
Oh, snap.
What's up, Rock Daddy? You know, it's interesting, Doug. You know, not to throw you under the bus or anything. No, but,
Oh, no, not at all.
No. But I was thinking to myself, you know, they quite often when we were traveling down south, you know, they'd always call us brothers,
Yes.
right? Or get us mixed up, wrong cousin for certain activities.
Yes.
They never once ever asked me, though, who's the older one?
I always assumed it was Doug.
I got no idea why.
But by how much, Aaron?
Tell you what, you can make a hell of a Santa Claus. Grow it out, a little extra coin in the winter. Just telling you.
Yeah.
I would love to be Santa Claus. I'm bald
But
as
you
shit.
see, the funny part is, Aaron, we're only 6 months apart in age. There's China Mike.
How to respond to that?
What's up, brother Mike?
Nice job, you two.
One's married with a child. One is not.
No.
Yeah, because there's still another one that's I think 6 months or 3 months younger than you, and then there's her in the chat.
Yeah, the baby in the chat.
Did you tell me my
Stephen Douglas?
Did you say my beloved CGS is in the chat?
Yes, he is.
Well, then I'm going to make sure I write to him. I love you.
I'm her. Hey, Albert Bouchard, thank you very much.
So I know they're probably not watching because after me, well, above me in the family, it's a lot of older people.
Yeah.
How old? 100?
Like
120?
retired old people.
Oh,
I was going to
God.
say, if you haven't already, check out Albert Bouchard's channel. He's been doing some amazing, cool little vlog videos, Q&A stuff. Really cool. Telling stories. So I did a bit of a deep dive on Albert, and I did not realize, like, he grew up like I knew he had a place over in Alex Bay, but I didn't realize you're a Watertown guy and grew up just outside of Watertown. And his birthday's in 2 days. That I knew. And so happy birthday to you, Albert.
Only thing that I really know about Watertown is that you really like crossing the border right there.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Especially when I go really slow.
Oh, he loves
All right,
bridges.
this week's vlog's how to get COVID. Nice.
He loves bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron took me across a couple. He took me across a couple of comparable size, Doug, and he noticed. He goes, "I've heard the stories." I'm like, "Yeah, you forget nothing, Aaron. I know." And
Yeah, he also loves the window seat on airplanes.
Oh,
actually, I don't mind the window seat on airplanes. I enjoy the window seat on airplanes.
Oh, there you go. CGS is such a sweetheart. He set his alarm to wake up to say happy birthday to you.
Oh, that's awesome. Keith Campbell's here.
Yeah.
But the question is, has Albert Bouchard ever gone to Can-Am Speedway in Lafargeville? Or Evans Mills?
Why'd you work
RJ,
there?
thank you very much. I'm putting that towards my taco fund.
Oh, I see what you did there. You took his thing and you used it for you.
I did.
You don't want to give it to my taco fund?
We can't afford your taco fund. Although you pay the price because your wife is real. Thank you. He says happy birthday right below it. I appreciate that.
I had we do Taco Tuesday every now and again at work, and I had some ridiculously good tacos last Tuesday. Might have to do it again this Tuesday. Now that
last time I tried to get tacos, I went to Taco Bell. They were out of lettuce.
That's not real tacos, dog. Fast food tacos. I'm talking legit, like Mexicano.
Canada and a small town they're in. Do you know what our choices are? That. Well, I think they opened up a Mucho Burrito, but
I'm going to UPS you a couple of real tacos.
No, you're not. They will never arrive. Or if you send them to Doug, they'll arrive in 6 months.
Don't even go there.
Let's see here. I got a couple questions. Did I get the barbecue yet? No, because I kind of into the barbecue fund for the birthday present from the patrons, I'll say. Dylan says tacos don't have lettuce. Well,
correct. Onion, cilantro, steak, cheese, little corn tortillas that are double wrapped. Oh, they're tiny. They're like on Tuesday, I think they're like $1.50. I normally get like 5 of them.
So I got this. This was my birthday present.
Yeah, that thing rules.
So which, Dylan, because I commented this morning, because I asked him a question a few weeks ago, Aaron, similar to the question we had that BV answered, looking for a delay pedal to have the effects loop in it. And we went through that whole schmozzle. Now I want a stereo in and stereo out delay. Because now that I noticed this has stereo in, and I was watching a pedal board build the other day that was all stereo, just stereo into stereo into stereo. And I went, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Could always get an echoes.
No, I just got this.
I know.
No, Robert's been asking me to get an Echoes for 3 years. I told him 3 years ago. I'm good.
What you wanted stereo in, stereo out, and it has flanging on the repeats. It sounds like a real tape. It's fantastic.
That's true. But yeah, so this week's question is related to that. How did your Tele back bow issue work out? We'll find out tomorrow. It's still being bent. It's being bent over all right. We'll see how that works out. Picked up a set of 11s, a new nut for it as well, because I realized there, and you can't really go from 9s to 11s with a brass nut and not have to do a lot of filing.
Oh yeah.
So
you should have that there. Lawrence build you a stereo in, stereo out offset.
Could. Yes, by the time tacos make it to Canada, they turn back into sandwiches, Dylan. Exactly. Thank you, Scott Brockway. Gear Junk 35's here.
Michael B.
Oh, thank you, Michael B. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I've noticed you stopped with the dams. I always loved those.
That's a couple years ago. I just started smoking bowls instead.
I know. Well, I mean, you smoked a bowl, I'll yell damn.
Okay. The Volante. A lot of people have been telling me about the Volante, but I got to wait a while. Hello, I Rock Zed Blues. Greg Zeppelin's here. The reason being is I kind of forgot that Lawrence is putting out a blue pedal this week, so
could do a Nemesis. I have one of those.
I'm getting that Lawrence blue pedal because Aaron, we're into May, and I don't think I've bought a Lawrence pedal yet this year.
Yeah, well, you are going through withdrawals then.
I am.
Yeah, no, you could get a.
Oh, the grapes are nice.
I would do that. Do a Source Audio Nemesis. Stereo in, stereo out. Everything you'll ever need.
Oh, there's the rock star. There he is.
My brother!
I am here. Fuck, I don't know what's going on.
The dude.
Rock
I will
on.
see you. I will see you in like
Happy
10
birthday,
days.
Ben. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll see him in like 10 days. I can't wait.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, because it's the first, not this
'Cause you're
Wednesday, but the
stationary,
following.
You're all buffering, but whatever.
Yeah, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. I'll be out there with you.
That's when it. Right on.
Sound like Donkey
Keith
Kong.
Campbell asks, smoke of the day. We're smoking Acapulco Gold for the first time in my life, JJ.
Acapulco Gold, the OG of OGs.
Yep.
Mine's
60 a quarter Canadian, apparently.
Damn. Mine's called OSHA, so whatever that is.
And then we also have some Martin OG if I want to go acoustic. And we have 300 milligrams of edibles, just in case.
Okay, Doug's stationary. Everyone, Doug, are you paused or what?
No, that's literally how he's sitting.
Exactly. That is how I stand. I can be
Did I miss anything?
Oh,
No,
not too
not
much.
really.
Birthday greetings. We got a couple super chats. I'm already into some edibles. You know how it is.
Oh, right on. I got to see who's all in the chat as well. I haven't been on this forever, so I'm trying to figure it out. Look at that. I'm getting lots of highs, man. Fucking right
What's up,
on.
Delan?
Amanda, what's up, beautiful? Scott Brockway, L&M Guitar Corner, freaking Keith Campbell, and all the other people. Blackjack, I see you, brother. I Roxy Blues. Johnson
68
James,
people.
Rock
We
on.
got
Michael
60,
Billy, Jimmy Hawkins,
67.
Terry. I'm going to get it out of my system. Hit Metal Works. Rock on, brother. Cheers. Blackjack, there you are, mate. Keith Campbell, fucking everyone there. Janice, what's up, beautiful? Rock on.
Yeah.
Stoked to see
Max
everybody.
Josephson. He's having a few shots of moonshine. Thank you. I appreciate it. You do it on my behalf.
I'm having a
There's
chat
like,
and coke.
T-Bone kept commenting on my post today, Doug. He's like, he wishes me a happy birthday, and then like 10 minutes later, get into the loaded Coronas. I'm like, all right, I think you're already into the loaded Coronas this early. Already comment. And I didn't have
I can just load the Coronas by IV during the night.
I texted you at like 2:30 Central to say happy birthday.
Yeah, you
2:30
did.
a.m. Yeah, I was still
What's up,
awake.
Six-string Brian?
The kids had stolen my bed, and therefore I was sleeping in a twin bed. And by sleeping, I mean watching Netflix and vaping.
Hence
I
the
was-
comment on my video around the same time you texted me this morning. What's up, Philip?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, their beds are comfy as hell. I'm not going to lie. Like, got them brand new, like twin beds, and they're super comfortable. Every now and
We should
again,
say,
they're like,
again, if you're new, please subscribe. What's up, legend? Big Hoss himself
Hello.
had a kick-ass gig in Melbourne, Australia this week. It's awesome.
Yeah, Simon, rock on, man.
Make sure
I was
you
gonna
click
say,
on- leave
Aaron
a
and
thumbs
JJ
up.
will be back. What was that? The Sunday of NAMM weekend in a couple of weeks, recapping NAMM.
yeah,
Since I
boy.
can go, they're going to be the Flipside Street Crew / Canuck Street
Got to
Crew.
survive it first, Ben. We got to survive it first, dude. Thanks for the props.
Well, you know, I think you have a better chance of survival with me not there, JJ.
All right.
That might be true.
Because I just remember every trip out there, it's like, let's go to the weed store, and then we load up for a week, and then we go back the next day. And
I
then
was
we
gonna
load up for a
say,
week, we
I
go back
was-
the next day.
I was shocked and impressed at how many times we stopped so you guys could hit up that fucking
It's
dispensary.
a stupid freaking habit. Why don't you just buy a shitload? It's like ridiculous, but you have to control it. Otherwise, it's like
I was
Chocolate.
no,
You just
I
keep
was
eating.
fine quantity and still just inhaling it. No pun intended.
I just remember JJ being like, Aaron, register. And I'm like, why? He's like, so I can use your thing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because they give you, like, if it's the first time you've been there or whatever, you get some percentage off or you get something free. So I was like, all right, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, you get the pre rolls and such. I get a frequent choir. I got a stamp card now. You know, like 10 stamps, and I get something. What's up, Poo Ninja? Speaking of legends,
Wow,
Yeah.
from the other side of the moon.
I know. Rock on. How's that UFO action up there, brother? Kick it off.
And he's right. Throw some thumbs up. I see 51, but there's 65 watching. We should be matching number for number. 67 to 51.
That's right. That's it, Cooper. I was trying to think of what it was. No stems, no seeds. They don't need. Talk about gold is badass. What's up, Adam D?
Where is he? Real quick.
Joe Hervey's in here. Oh, 60-90, fine folks. John Duchesne is in here, right?
Yeah, I seen him.
Okay, because John Duchesne there earlier, he's the Formula One fan I was telling you about, Doug.
Okay.
And he was kind of interested about the story involving the Haas F1 team that have you. Sorry, we're Canadian, or I'm Canadian. It's more than legal here. Yeah, so for those who don't know, various NASCAR teams, pretty much all of them, they take their lobbies and blow them out to make them a somewhat gift shop, museum, and then you'll have a glass wall where you can at least see out into the shop floor and go, oh look, they're turning a wrench way down there. That's cool. And you can't really take photos because you get reflections off the glass and blah blah blah. So Doug and I are out tooling about that was in 2016. It would have been. Because Karma and Grayson were along with us.
Yes.
We've been out checking out race shops, and we noticed as we were pulling into Stuart Haas Racing, we got to pass Haas Epiphone, which is on the same campus. Although it looks a little more, how shall we say, secure or non-welcoming, like with the big berm.
Maximum security.
That worked. Thank you, John. Oops, that's not John. That's Will. That's John. Thank you, John.
That's John.
So we checked out Ford Haas, and as we're getting in the truck, I said to Doug, Doug, being the technical cousin of the two when it comes to the race cars, because you sometimes during a race, you're like, hey, why is that doing that? And I feel obligated to have an answer to that question. So I
usually ask, why is your driver in the back?
Well, there's that. And so, why does your driver have 3 tires? And there's that. So, yeah. So, as we're about to leave the campus, I said, you know what, Doug, I'm going to bomb over there and see if there's any kind of a public access. Well, I learned out real fast that there's no public access, to the point where once I got, I don't know, within 10 feet of any gate or hedge.
Let's face it. You were standing in the bushes.
I was, yeah. I was pretty much, yeah, because I walked up the big earth berm that they had to block view of the facilities, because all you could see was the tops of the buildings and a sign. So I thought, well, I'll get a better look from up there. Big mistake. Apparently, that's a high visibility security risk. I don't know why. Probably because I could see the whole thing. And so people that were dressed in the same color as Doug, wearing similar sunglasses, and were not carrying flashlights on their hips. They started coming out, and one of them had a radio, and I went, that can't be good. Because I'm pretty sure they're not letting the welcome wagon know that Ben's here. Meanwhile, at the truck, we had left my door open, and your wife had a few questions as to what exactly was happening, I think. And then I remember I ran down, fortunately down the berm. It was downhill, Aaron. I had gravity by myself.
I was going to say, you don't run.
Yeah.
I did then. And the security was coming, and I jumped in, and I'm pretty sure Doug was already moving before my second foot left the ground.
Start the truck, let's go.
Yeah, and I just kept saying, go, go, go. Karma's saying, what's going on? And Doug said, shut up, I'll tell you later. And that's the only time he talked back to her like that the entire trip. And she was okay with it, apparently, until we got down to the stop sign, and then Karma is real. What's going on? When I simply explained that, how do I say it? Certain genres of racing are more fan-friendly than others.
Yep.
And we just confirmed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not have any souvenirs from Haas Formula One. I mean, I think they have a photo of my butt.
And to say to answer Will, what Ben knows about gravity is that there's a sudden stop.
That there is. Yep. Because I almost ran into the side of the truck.
Yep.
Yep. So that that happened. Hey, AI Gaming. So yeah, that was interesting. Won't forget that anytime soon.
He mixed up his Canadian YouTubers, but then he got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting day. We never did find Penske Racing. Never did.
Still haven't, no.
I don't think they exist. I think they're all in the cloud.
Rock on, Symmetry. Crank it up, brother.
Symmetry and I were part of the crew that had a cool hang on Wednesday night. Patrons and members. That was kind of fun.
Oh, sweet.
We were talking about all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Rob 212's here.
Hey, Rob, what up, brother?
Apparently, Will says now that I'm 48, pretty soon I'll have to give up the one-night stands and make it a two-night stand.
It's like a while ago.
I think Ben's like me, and he's pretty much cursed off women.
What's up, Sala? Well, it's a mutual thing, I think, at this point, Aaron.
Oh, well, that's where we differ.
I think they had a meeting. They said, you know,
although when we were,
no,
you could have ended that streak easily the time I took you to Nashville.
If they only had daddy issues.
I'm pretty sure she did. My favorite part. Hold up, I got to tell this story.
So, Will?
Amanda.
Okay, so
Amanda, go, because I know you're not going to like this.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. So
time to put Sam to bed. Amanda says puke. Yep.
When we went in and there was a bachelorette party, I had warned Ben ahead of time this was going to be a thing. And he turns to me and he goes, well, that's not fair. And I go, why is that? And he goes, the skinny Canadian guy always ends up with the biggest girl. And I was like, really? He goes, trust me, it's a fact. So time's going on. I'm between two of these girls. And all of a sudden, I look over. Ben taps me on the shoulder, and I look over. And no joke, I shit you not, the biggest one in the group was all grinding up on his shit. And he goes, oh, yeah.
Well, see, another thing I think that Amanda may not know is that someone else used to pack a little something special in Ben's suitcase for going to the race. He would have an extra little care box put in there.
What was in that care box?
It was a box of balloons.
Oh,
I don't think there's anyone in North Carolina named Ben.
at
There
first
you go.
I was like,
Since Doug forgot to.
I was like a care guy. Like, what are you packing? Like a fucking ball gag? Like, I was like, but that makes perfect sense.
Funny part was, I believe it was my mother's idea.
Oh, hey man, she was a smart woman.
She's like, have fun. I'm like, you haven't seen the demographic there.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty much a sausage fest, and those that are there are usually taken. And if they're not, they're kind of like
reason.
a driving experience. Everyone has a chance to take a ride.
woo-hoo! Zing.
So
Or
here's
they're-
with the Mexican halfway to the.
Or they're addicted to
Lord.
the role of Gumby.
Good to see Lawrence in here. Lawrence, who's about to take my next paycheck, because why not? The 55, Aaron. I heard that and I went, you know what? That will pair well since I'm in that tremolo zone lately.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I think I was the first one that left him a comment on the IG post, and I just went, yes.
Well, you see, I meant to text him yesterday after RJ's show, and then I went out to mow the lawn and the lawnmower broke, and that kind of pissed me off, and I forgot to message Lawrence, and then I open up the phone and I see, this is what it is, and this is what it does, and I went, oh. So my comment was, I guess I don't need to text you, and yes, please.
Yeah, boy.
Mark wants to hear the storm story, Doug. From our
Which one?
yeah, which one?
Which one?
You want the one where Doug ruined his brand new hat, or standing
Or
under
the
a
one that
festival?
ruined my camper?
that ruined his camper?
Or the other one that almost ruined my vehicle?
With the canopy?
Which one's the hardest to believe actually happened? Use that one.
That would be the first year we were down. Why? I don't have my. Oh, let's put on the ambient lights here. Jesus. There we go. Now we look. Now rock and roll. All right. So the first year we went to Charlotte for a few years. Doug said, we gotta go to a race. I said, I don't know. And what Doug didn't know at the time was I need to get a pardon first. So once I got a pardon and I was working for the military, he's like, come on, we're going to go to Charlotte. And I'm like, I like the sound of that. I'm going to go.
The best part of that story was that as we were going to the border to cross that Watertown, New York, I'm in there and I got my passport. I've got Ben, and we also have a cop with us as well because we knew what that was going to be like.
And undercover arc, no less.
I had to remind them or tell them that they needed to sign their passports.
Well, I only got mine like 3 or 4 days earlier.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you definitely want to sign that.
Yeah.
See you, Dylan. Thanks, buddy.
Kind of important. It's kind of crucial to the whole passporting process.
Yeah. So, and apparently that's not the story he wants. He wants the one with when Rich went down. Well, that would be the canopy story. So,
what's the canopy story?
There's two that have one because that's the camper and the canopy.
Yeah. So that one, we decided we had been. One year we had a canopy that I think was liberated from one of your local townships, Doug, for use on the weekend.
Nope.
Not the second year?
Nope.
I thought Wayne borrowed one from a township possibly or something.
That was the year that Rich was down there.
Rich didn't go with us for that. Oh, that was the one with the sister-in-law's canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where karma is real, Aaron, because we decided we didn't want to roast out in the sun.
Okay.
So we borrowed a canopy, brand new, white,
I barely got one, bro.
And so we were told we couldn't get a grass stain on it, Aaron, because it was going to be used for weddings and stuff.
Well, and you rented it. Yeah, I get you.
So I was like, all right, whatever. We threw it in the camper. So we decided before we were going visiting, because it was nice out. It was nice out. We put up the canopy in front of the trailer, and isn't this wonderful? So we set it up. We thought it was okay, Aaron, and we decided to walk over to our buddy TJ's campground. Okay. And it's a 3-minute walk over. Hey, how you doing?
What year was that, Ben?
That would be 2013, I believe.
13?
I think 2013. It's the same year the photos that TJ put up today. So Richie goes back for a beer, JJ, and
no,
you went back for a beer. And comes back, it's like, so y'all took the canopy down, right?
I was like, did you take the canopy down?
And Rich said no, and I said no, and Rich thinks because at that time I was taking care of all of his gear. He's like, "Oh, you must have taken it down." I said, "No, I've been right here with you." And then the term, well, she gone, and that canopy had been up and erect for all of 10 minutes. Aaron, a wind gust came through because we were holding down TJ shit because they were still putting their stuff up, and apparently the canopy went, which was in front of the trailer next to Doug's vehicle. Yep. It went straight up in the air
over the vehicle. One of our other friends in a camper across the road.
Yeah, across the road.
Like Wizard of Oz. It just kind of landed.
Yeah, and then barrel rolled a couple times next to a friend's tent.
Did you try to return it, or did they just charge you?
Oh no. We borrowed it from my fiance's sister, who was planning on renting it out, who had just got it, and she gave me the whole rundown, and I went. Well, and the fiance was livid. because it was somehow my fault. And I went, yeah, well,
you should have stopped the weather. You know that.
Yeah,
you should have stopped the wind. Should have
I
told
know
it.
you've been there, and you know how it is. You know,
how dare the wind take advantage of you like that?
So somebody came along for the scrap aluminum later on, and to this day, I'm still using the case for that canopy for my speaker stands for the PA system because I had the wheels on it and shit. It was a nice carrying case.
Well, yeah, if it's got wheels and shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the funny part was, I say it almost took out a friend's tent. They weren't our friends at the time, but we met them later, years later, and reminiscing, we were talking about the time our canopy took off.
No, we were friends with them.
It was, I think it might have been Sonia that was staying in that tent that year, Doug.
Okay.
Like, it was part of that crew. And because when we're talking about years later, sitting around, you know, the tables next to the barbecue.
Well, we kind of met all of them in 2012.
Well, yeah, like we met them, but we weren't really friends with them. But it was years later. I remember talking about the story, and they're like, "That was my tent. I was inside. I thought I was gonna die." And I'm like,
and the guy that keeps forgetting stuff is the one that's like, "Oh no, I was right."
This is true.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it went up, across, and down somehow. Didn't touch anything with Doug's.
I knew I was going to get along with Ben when I watched an old video of him and he walked through like a screen door.
And I will say to Philip Ashley in the chat, my plane leaves at 6:30 Thursday morning.
Where are you flying to?
Charlotte.
Oh, okay. So you are going.
He is going.
I've decided, actually, this time I've decided not to do a direct flight because the direct flight last time, a month ago, did not work out. So I'm doing
I prefer to remain silent, but whatever. I'm just.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd believe every part of that statement. Never met her, but I believe it, hands down.
Yep. No, so I'm doing Toronto to fly into Reagan, and then to Charlotte.
You always end up flying into Reagan.
Well, it's on purpose this time.
Oh, I've flown into Reagan a couple times. It's a nice airport. My favorite airport's probably the Denver airport, though. Denver airport
flying into Reagan.
Yeah, Denver's airport is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Flying into Reagan, it's like, are we actually gonna touch down on a runway, or are we just gonna go into the water?
Well, so I fly out for NAMM to hang out with JJ for a couple of days beforehand. Next Wednesday I fly in, and I think I land in Cali since they're 2 hours, behind me. I think I land there at like 9:25 in the morning because my flight's at like 5:45 a.m. So I was like, okay, well, what's the cheapest flight? Doesn't matter. I'll just take the cheapest flight. Well, it lands. And it lands in like frickin' Sacramento or Oakland or something. I wait 45 minutes and then I go into Anaheim. I'm like, on the way back.
I had a relay in San Francisco the first year, and they allowed me to miss my relay. So that's
here will be my only issue in Charlotte is walking by a wall. I don't know about you, but that looks like that.
What the hell is that wall? Rock and grass and stuff?
That's just a wall. It's just a moving wall.
Hey, wait a minute. I've been to Charlotte Airport once. I was only there for like 15 minutes because I was going to Dominican Republic, and it flew from Chicago to Charlotte and then Charlotte to the Dominican.
Same.
Yeah, my flight home was
Charlotte Airport in '92. On the way
my flight home was going to be the fun because the only flight I could get out of Charlotte on the Monday was at 8:30 in the morning.
Ooh. So driving?
That would include me asking one of our friends after race day to get up at 4:30 to take me to the airport.
That's not really an option.
So I've decided to go with a friend to Raleigh for the night, for Monday night.
Well, nothing says action like Monday night in Raleigh.
Yes. So then I'll be flying out of Raleigh at like noon on Tuesday, flying back to Charlotte to get a flight to Toronto.
Oh, boy.
Okay, sure. You know, because to fly north, you go south. What's up, Mars man?
The King of Mars sales. Everybody, make sure you say hi to Mars. I love that guy, and I haven't heard from him in a while. So good to see he's there.
Rock on Mars, man.
He's the man.
And BC Rich 581 just reminded me, I saw a buddy of mine from high school posted a photo of his 80s setup, which is a Jackson something or other, probably a soloist with a reverse headstock, and a BC Rich Gunslinger reverse headstock. So I think the fella might need to borrow that BC Rich Gunslinger because, you know, reverse headstock and all.
I love reverse headstocks.
And it looks like it might have a tailor on it. I'm like, that's just abominable. Like, we got to try that. So.
Yeah, my Reverend's reverse headstock, my Chapman's reverse headstock. Everything else is normal, though.
I don't have anything with reverse headstock, and I like it that way. I don't like reverse headstock because I still reach for the tuning pegs on the top regardless.
I've used the reverse headstock for so long that, like, I instinctively go like this and then, like, realize, like, ah, shit. I mean, it makes sense.
We're not with the 4 and 2.
Yeah, that's a crazy looking headstock. But, I mean, it makes sense. Your hand's already here, so the tuners being here makes total sense. It's kind of interesting that it didn't start that way.
But not a headless BC Rich.
All you've got to do is move your hand like 2 inches.
I know.
It's weird.
I mean, is it really that, like, man, they should be there because that's where your hand is? Does it really, you know?
It depends. If you're already out of tune and you're playing, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in the middle of a song and you're like, shit, that's sharp. That's a lot easier than going.
Even though reverse headstock is more natural because your hand's already shaped that way.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Yet, it doesn't, no, it doesn't work for me.
Speaking of guitars and headstocks, JJ, where's my baby blue?
That's at the studio right now.
Oh. When I was texting JJ, I was texting JJ and I was like, I cannot wait to be reunited with that fucking Strat. And he's like, it's a beautiful thing. And I was like, it has songs in it, dude. Last time I was out there, I wrote a song. That thing's just got songs in it. Some guitars.
It's funny because the assistant at the studio walked in and we're laying bass or something, and he's all, who the fuck is that guitar? He goes, that's my jam. And I'm like, oh, that's mine. And so we had a big discussion. I told him the story about you, how you say it's got songs in it.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I was out there, as soon as I picked it up, I was like, what is this fucking witchcraft?
That thing's amazing.
I think I handed it to you, Aaron.
You did.
Because I was like, you're
gonna like this.
I'm like, you're gonna love this. And you looked at it, you were like, you shouldn't like this. I'm like, I shouldn't, but I do.
As soon as I picked it up, I was like,
it's got a fat neck, man. It's freaking sick.
Yeah, it's a made in Japan, right?
Yeah, 96. 1996.
Yeah, things fucking unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable guitar. Speaking of the studio, I was gonna say, how things going with you guys? How far along are you?
We're back in tomorrow, man. We're it's mind blowing, just a dream come true, man. It's to be sitting with a real producer, which I did back in the day. I mean, we were produced by Terry Date, Pantera back in 2000. So we've sat with and Fred Durst, of course. Fred Durst and Terry Date producing in the same room was quite freaking mental because being produced is a whole different fucking level. Yeah. They're pulling the best out of you, and it's just it's just been insane.
It's incredibly awkward if they don't know how to pull the best out of you and they're just like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
This is what you learn from a producer because they learn how it all. Cameron was coming to rehearsals for the last bunch of rehearsals. We've been being produced in the rehearsal room as well, getting ready for the studio. So it was finally time to get in, and he knows how we work, and that's what it is. They see what it is.
He gets it.
And he's fucking molding us, dude. It's mental.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear this shit.
You'll hear it when you're here. We've recorded 6. So it's going to be part 1 of an album. We're going to do, we've got so many songs, but we're going to be doing a bunch. But this is going to be a six song EP. How we release it, I don't know. But my God, the tones are freaking sick. We've recorded. We've recorded all 6 drums and bass, and now we're on guitars, which we did Friday. Back in tomorrow morning at 9. Our schedule starts at 9 in the morning. He's a morning dude, fresh and bright, ready to fucking rock and roll.
Well, you're normally up early for your normal, job, right? When you're working on the boats and shit, are you normally up early?
I think I've lost you.
Oh, I think JJ's.
Oh yeah, I'm an early guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an early guy, but early guy. We did a bunch of pre-production. We were rolling in at like 2 in the afternoon and working till like 2, 3 in the morning, which is kind of But here's like 9 till 8 o'clock in the evening, 9 o'clock max, and then we're out. Fresh ears. He wanted the weekend off this weekend for fresh ears. Back in tomorrow morning, and we're staggering the songs. So Josh will start vocals tomorrow as well on the first 2. So we start staggering.
That's I've been knocking out.
So trippy how he works us.
Yeah, I've been knocking out. All the music's done on our new EP, and then I knocked out 2 weeks ago. I knocked out the vocals, all the vocals, backups, everything on one song, and then last week I knocked out one. So now this Tuesday I'll knock out the 3rd one. So I'm hoping when I come out to see you that I have some kind of rough mix or something to show. That would be ideal.
Just seeing the chat. Ben, do you want to help out Adam D? He wants to know how to fix an issue with a soldering iron.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're good at that.
Ben's the guy to ask.
Plug it in.
You got to make sure you singe your hair, though. Don't forget that.
I've yet to do that somehow.
I don't know how that's possible.
Neither do I. I don't know. That last video, I didn't even realize that, there's a part of it. It's just all hair. That's all you're looking at, hair. Yeah, what was your thought when that vintage neck fell off that railing, Aaron?
I don't have good words to say.
Neither does this guy.
Hello there. Happy birthday there, Ben.
Thank you, Charles. Look at that. Charles shows up when you hit 80 people watching.
Hey, Charles.
I was waiting for the number.
Did the clear coat take on this time?
No. We're taking the clear coat as close down to the fabric as I can, and then we're going to reshoot it with 2K.
I was hoping to see it. Damn it.
Well, I'd show it to you, but Ben doesn't want to see it till he unwraps it. So
you crazy man.
That's why you love us.
That's just true.
Now, Aaron. So we're doing the Zoom call on Wednesday, right? With the patrons and the members and such. Okay. And Charles faced a little bit of, I don't want to say ridicule, maybe razzing, because he says to us, so I accidentally bought a Tele today. And
okay.
And was, how do you accidentally buy a Tele? And I was the only person that went, it happens.
It happens. Yeah, that happens.
And so, especially because... So Charles here says a fella's surfing around on the Googles and he finds this thing and he bids like $5 more than asking price or something. And just for the sheer rarity of it and because you want it in the arsenal, but you don't want to pay for it in the arsenal is now, if I'm not mistaken, Charles, it's a top loader affinity Tele.
Yeah, it is. It is not string through the body at all.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah.
It's not one of the. You see a lot of the ones that have the option to do both. You know what I mean? It's got the ferrules, but then you can still top load it.
Right. Yeah. No. This is just simply through the back of the bridge.
That's unbelievable.
And up, and I was surprised. And the reason why I was interested in it though is because I don't have any guitars with a maple fretboard.
Oh, I do.
See, so it's checking boxes. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so those two options was like, okay, well, I basically made a spite bid on an auction and won it. And really the price was only $1 over what the last bid was. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this, but it was a spite bid, So And so I won the auction and accidentally bought a guitar.
And it arrived on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Arrived on a Sunday. Who delivered it?
FedEx delivery on a Sunday.
That's so weird.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Sunday delivery. I'm not. Are you aware of this, Doug? Sunday delivery?
Yeah. I've seen it.
Seen it.
I know UPS doesn't do it.
No.
Well,
UPS,
prior to the
UPS has a hard time doing Monday to Friday.
Of that year.
Of that year.
I wonder if they started doing it to try to keep up with Amazon, because Amazon delivers every goddamn day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's if you're gonna.
It's definitely something that's happened since the pandemic, because I don't remember FedEx ever making deliveries on Sunday before that.
Oh, Eddie Van Haskell says, if you have no maple fretboards, you're Squaresville.
No, I have one.
I can't say no to that.
I was gonna say you've got a maple fretboard. I know your Strat's a maple.
Yep.
My Strat's a maple. Although that might be my only maple.
Wolfgang. So like half.
Oh no,
half and half.
My Chapman's roasted maple, so I've got 2 maples.
There we are. So yes, so Charles has an unboxing, which he didn't want to take away from my birthday, and I said, look, if we were in the same town and he got that and he was coming over, I'd say, well, just bring it on over, Charles, because I'm just going to reach over and have to, pick a tune or two on it.
Yeah, open that fucking thing. Come on, man.
Just to see.
All right, let's see.
No time like the present.
All right.
No, I'm not going to solo it out, folks, because it's an Affinity Tele he bought used. Like, he's not unboxing a 59 burst or anything here.
If he got a 59 burst shipped to him in a cardboard box, I'd have a fucking heart attack.
Is it an Affinity Tele?
Yeah.
It's just in a box with some stuff to make sure to scratch all the finish off of it. That's fine. That's fine.
What color? Black? All right. I dig
that. Me?
Ben,
with a black finish. All right.
Can you solo him?
Now we got to solo him out here, because there it is, folks.
Nice.
Square top
interesting thing, though, in the pictures, it had all its strings. I'm just saying.
Well, maybe a fella needed a string on his other guitar before he set it off, Charles.
I was going to say, you probably want to restring that thing.
Definitely not a string through.
Definitely not. That's going to show all the swirls eventually. That's awesome. Now, wait a minute. We know Charles, so he's not going to leave well enough alone, let alone own.
I was going to say, is he gonna cover it, paint it? What's he going to do? Because he's going to fuck with it.
How are you going to fuck with it, Charles?
I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it, because that black Tele behind me, is going to be fabric topped and double bound.
Ooh, I like the idea of the double bound.
And it's routed for anything from humbuckers to P90s, Ben. The original plan was to go ahead and put some nickel 2 tone rider pickups in it.
Let me choose the pickups for it. Let me think on that, okay? And I only say that because as I was setting up for tonight's show, I got, as I have been throughout the day, I've been getting birthday messages, and I got a birthday message at about 7:30 this evening from my buddy Travis, who said, I'm packing up the car, headed to Ontario for good. See you soon, buddy. Happy birthday. And I just went, yay.
Yeah, I want to see the new purple one in person.
Maybe a fella can try winding up some pickups for another fella's guitar, Charles.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey Ben,
I'm going to use all the wines. Just all the wines. All the wines. What's the output? It's a 29.4. It's a single coil. I know, but it takes up a P90 cavity because it's just all the wines.
Hey, on the fabric top, what pickup has been thrown in there? Don't you still have a Pearly Gates? Could you throw that in there?
Oh, Ben, what are you going to put in the creamer is the question.
Super Distortion.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you still have the pearly gates sitting around, don't you?
I do. I contacted the person to return it. He doesn't want it, so it sits on a shelf.
I was gonna say that would have been a cool one, but I'd rather have a Super D in there, anyways.
Well, that's what I ripped off when I made my custom pickup, right down to the double cream bobbins.
I'm surprised you haven't thrown the. You should throw the pearly gates in one of your Epiphones than the Les Pauls.
I'd rather it sit on a shelf.
Oh my God, Ben Coombs. His headstone's gonna say, "And why not?"
Yeah, why not?
Hey,
That was a big muscle.
Just like
Ben,
in
I
Spinal
used
Tap.
your custom pickup for tracking on a couple of the songs
Yeah.
in my Gibson P90, so that'll be on our stuff. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, you were telling me that you've been rocking the P90s, which is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
They growl.
did.
They freaking growl. They cut through, man. It's insane.
I've decided, like, I grew up playing P90s because, like, the guitar I played for my whole life was a 93 Gibson Les Paul Special. So, like, I just hear P90s when I hear shit. Like, that's
Hey,
what I hear.
You tried the P90s, Aaron. You played JJ's Les Paul there.
Oh,
with him.
yeah. I mean,
The green one with his in him.
Yep.
Because you're like, ooh, that. I'm like, that was my signature pickups.
Yeah, dope, dude.
Yeah, I did Humbuckers, P90s, and the mini hums that are in the Revolta on this EP.
Nice. Did we say hey to Unbelievable?
You did when he first came in.
All right, I'm just checking because, you don't want to miss that guy.
No,
Same
for
as
sure
Ken
not.
Singleton. Ken's here. You got to say hey.
Yes,
Apparently,
yes.
Adam's leaving because of it.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
But he'll be right back.
okay. We've got 77 thumbs up, 76 watching. That's what I like to see.
That works out.
I keep laughing at Doug because he sits so freaking still. I'm like,
It's a skill, DJ. It's a skill.
it is. Shit.
Unbelievable says, I crashed the party to play Happy Birthday, but I'm too drunk. Perfect. I'll let Quentin F. and James do it. Happy birthday, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I was like, we all know that at some point that
I just assume he's asleep, Aaron.
no, the ketchup-drenched, pantless bastard's going to come in and he's going to sing Happy Birthday, and it's going to be wonderful. Now, when it happens,
Super shredder.
I was like, when it happens, who knows? But it'll happen. Speaking of which, Q, if you can hear me, get your ass in here.
It's out of tune, dude.
I was like, it's definitely not in tune yet. I think he's in the process of tuning.
Well, you put the call out there. That sounds wonderful, Carol. You're doing great.
I'm going to shit my pants if that string breaks and hits him. It'll sound something like that.
Yeah, we can hear that. That's loud. It works.
It works.
Definitely works.
It works.
It's a good purchase, man. It's in tune, makes noise.
It makes noise. It works.
Symmetry. Thank you, brother.
And it's a Teles, so it's indestructible.
That's right.
Cool.
Man.
That's making me hungry, man.
Philip says, we're all just waiting here in anticipation of A440.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no spoilers, Keith. No spoilers. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be watching racing all day. Charles knows. He texts me, how's your Monday treating you? Usually as a follow-up to a Sunday hang. He just wants to check in on a fella. I'm like, fine. What you doing? Watching a race. All right, check back later. Later on. What you doing? Watching a race.
And then you'll like this.
Nope.
I watched Friday night. I watched Friday night and Saturday afternoon live.
Oh, that's rare.
John DeStrain, I will do a couple of passes with the telly to blend with the humbucker. It's pure joy. Absolutely.
Yep.
It's happening, brother. That's why the telly's there. I just got to get this real quick. Right back.
You do it. Of course, BC Rich had a theremin in the head of one of his guitars. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I almost walked in the garage door.
I tell you, one of the coolest things we did on this EP is went back and took a shitty old PV Backstage 112 and then just slammed the shit out of it. There he is, that fucker. I'm waiting for him. The best he's looked in years.
I don't think the hamsters are running up to full speed in the computer yet.
No.
Me.
You.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda's brother, Ben. Happy birthday to you. Aaron!
What's up, brother?
Hey, it's Quentin James. See you later.
He's one of a
Legend.
kind, folks. He's one of a
Legend.
kind.
Legend.
Absolutely.
Sup,
He's probably
Sid?
the only person I know whose like rock star-esque name also would work in the adult film industry.
I think Sid's new to the channel. Welcome,
Just
my
think
friend.
about it.
Yep. Oh, man. What's up, Murph?
It's true.
Thanks, buddy. Have a morning after coffee on me. Will do. That was awesome. What's up, Ron, House of Bane? Now, come on, Doug. That's got to be one of the best names out there, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, it's up there. What's up, Rob Baker? Not that Rob Baker. Or that Rob Baker.
Has anybody seen the dude with the hurt knees? I haven't seen him in here. Where's my knees hurt?
Good question.
Is he lurking?
He could be
Probably.
lurking.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him anywhere this weekend.
I saw Pete's chat earlier today.
Oh, we got to jam some
speaking of pure
wieners.
sexiness.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ben. Hope the non-binary midget stripper with the clap, which I sent to your home, fulfilled all your dreams. Evening, everyone in the chat, and my homeboy JJ's House of Jams.
There's nothing wrong
more than
with
the morning
that.
after coffee.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're going to need a shot, all right.
Yeah, that happened. Yep.
Well,
That's
just
fine.
Just go full on Ace Ventura, you know.
Yeah, that's,
Shower.
Pearl's really happy he showed up right when he did. Yeah.
Burn the clothes. You know, you got it. Bleach your skin. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, Boner told me I only have to bleach my butt for some reason. I don't know. That's what he told me.
You know, if he really cared about your birthday, he'd have given you herpes because that's the gift that keeps on giving.
True. Quite true. Quite true. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Everyone's saying hey to each other. Birthday wishes. Thank you very much.
I'm loving this. 80
Terry
thumbs
says,
up.
yeah, Steve's show last night, my niece Hurt was hanging out over there.
Oh, we got another. Damn.
Damn.
There you
There
go.
it is. There it is.
Sweet. I will get some more. I was getting low. Finally remembered to grab. Amanda picked up a couple for me. So I can't remember what kind they are, but I'll drink them.
Shocking.
We've addressed his lack of memory. Yeah. But he'll still argue you on the retelling of the stories of Charlotte.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well, because I know when Doug has a good time, he has a really good time too. So
Wasn't Charlotte, it was Charleston. Come on.
is that my own personal troll?
Damn.
Damn. Scott Brockway. There's a better barbecue fun. May your pipe never clog, your vape never run out of juice, and your bong never break. Love it.
Alex, you forget smoking lamp. I'm sorry. Was that the expensive piece? Little grandma's boy for anyone that didn't know.
Sup, Steve Anderson? 80-second thumbs up from him.
83 on my screen. I like it.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, this is my birthday shirt. It's Doug's favorite shirt. You know, it's got like, come on, Aaron. It's like silk too, man.
All I know is when I came on backstage before the show started, it was barely on you. There was a whole lot of naked Ben. I tuned in. And I'm like, all right, so he's shirtless playing the guitar. And then I was like, oh no, the shirt's on, just wide open. It's cool.
I'll try a red one. I'm not even keeping track. I don't know how many of these I've eaten at this point.
I remember blue, I remember purple, and now red. But I'm sure there's others.
Well, it says there's 10 pieces. Well, apparently I have 4 left.
So 6. There we go.
6
that there's called math.
15, that'd be 90 milligrams. That's fine for an hour.
Well, and he serenaded us with some saxophone. I don't know if that one registered. You played the sax as well.
I'm going to. Oh, what's this? Apparently a Gretsch, a Fender, and a Gibson all in one. Who makes that? Never heard of them. Belltone?
Interesting.
Apparently they're going to be at NAMM.
I shall check them out. That is a weird looking fucking guitar. I'm not even going to lie.
All right. No. Nope. What's up, Milt? Janice asks, anybody roll joints anymore? Aaron knows every time he FaceTimes me.
Ben is like perpetually rolling joints.
There's one somewhere in my camper.
There's more than somewhere in your camper, probably. If not, there's the parts to assemble one.
I was going to say just one.
Oh, no, okay. There's enough to.
Hey Ben, look who just said "Hey Ben" to you. Your favorite story.
I see that. Yes. Hey, Half Ace.
Damn.
Mikey Newman.
Minor Kush.
And seeing what that store said before, I will be probably going live with Ben at some point, just FaceTime probably, while watching Freebird next Sunday, a week from today.
Yep. That's fine. Because honestly, Doug, I couldn't top the last time I saw Skinner there. Like,
yeah.
Doug, I'll just meet up with you. I'm gonna grab some pints, and you're like, but you can't take pints with you. I'm like, yeah, and you went whatever, and then I took a shortcut and ended up backstage.
And I guess Speed Street is actually going to be at the track this year, so I'll see Steve Miller Band on the Saturday.
Yeah, they're going to be out front of the track. That's what they're going to use that whole area for, because they don't. Well, think, what was it when Toyota had their crazy little Monster Energy arena truck deal? Like that right there, you can put Steve Miller in.
Yeah.
Oh,
they might let you backstage.
The hip hop kid
backstage. Guy. You get free backstage passes to Steve Miller because you are in fact a joker, a toker, and a midnight smoker.
There you go.
So, what are you gonna say, Ben?
I'm just gonna wait for Charles to finish with the white noise.
Hey. Could have turned off the microphone. That was too much.
It just took up all the bandwidth. I just realized I muted JJ a while back when he took his phone call. I'll unmute him just for the hell of it, just because he might be talking away and not realizing he was muted.
Man.
Charles just leaves.
Am I
He's
back?
offended. Yeah, you're back.
You're back.
Damn. Buzz.
And it's American, which means it's like $1 million Canadian.
I thought. Yep.
Nice job, Buzz. You might have just paid for Ben's pedal.
Well, then you didn't hear me tell you that when I took the phone call, it was our drummer, and he was talking about me on the phone, but he had butt dialed me, and he didn't realize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he was saying cool stuff to someone. I'm like, fucking whatever, and I just hang up.
So, Ben, were you trying to talk about Machine Gun Kelly? Was that what you were trying to talk about?
Yes.
What about that guy?
Yeah, he played outside the Speedway.
No, he didn't.
Or was it inside the Speedway?
You don't remember shit, do you?
I didn't go to see him.
We could see him from the camper. It was like 200 feet from the camper.
We could?
Yeah, it was on top of the hill where we usually camp. Remember? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get it. I'm care something there. Hey, Fruitcake Tony, what's up? Chris from Coburg.
I will be in Coburg in 2 weeks.
I may be too. Haven't decided.
Maybe too.
I see, much like in real life, Ben has a vendetta against the username UPS store. Do we have any idea? Do we have any idea who that actually is?
Don't know.
That's
You'd
funny.
be a bit much.
I'm sure there's a good story behind it.
I'm assuming somebody created that name just to troll Ben. That's all I got.
Yeah, think?
Yeah. And I'm
Quick
assuming
and Millie, that's it. Yep. Yeah. It's like, but it is over there and it's free. I'm like, so? All you have to do is turn the lawn chair.
Hey, Tony.
So?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, no, it is there. Although we could have said, oh, be that guy, Aaron. I saw him way back when.
well, you don't remember it, so I don't think anybody's going to buy that.
I don't even. What
You
year
know,
was that?
I don't think Ben remembers actually walking by him. He almost like rubbed shoulders with him.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. There's your answer.
Oh.
L&M Guitar Corner. Yep, you're right.
I do it. Yeah, like what year was that, Doug? That's a few years ago.
Can't wait till he says.
Before the dirt. That's for sure.
Can't wait
That
till
was
Doug
the year.
says
That was
19.
the year that we went down with that guy.
Oh, that guy. The last
That
year.
guy.
That was the last time I made an appearance. Okay. So that was the same year I forgot about the other celebrity.
Yes.
Well, let's be honest. Machine Gun Kelly wasn't a celebrity at the time. Well, he might have been to some people, but
I'm confused. Who is that guy? Who's the other celebrity? And I don't give a fuck about Machine Gun Kelly.
that was
That guy will be that guy.
Okay.
The short guy, Channing Tatum.
He was
he
there.
was stopping by the campsite to make an appearance, and I totally forgot about it, Aaron. I was
Aaron,
supposed
you
to
have to give up
tell
about
people.
Machine Gun Kelly, man.
Why?
Because he is getting heavy guitar back on the map.
Yeah, but he just said his next
He's-
record's going to be a rap record. He's done with guitar now.
Fuck, maybe it'll be rap with guitar. Whatever. Guitar's on the map again because of him. I'll tell you that right now. He's fucking
No,
rocking.
I agree with that, but if he doesn't keep it going, doesn't do anything
Dude,
good.
I ain't buying it. His next album's a rap album. I ain't even buying it. He's too thick in it right now. You know, I ain't buying that at all. He's got a full-on band behind him, and they're just cranking the guitar.
I know, and Travis Barker's been playing drums with him.
Fucking there you go, man. I mean, that is huge for rock music. Huge. Hey, God.
But I do have to say, with Channing Tatum,
Eminem killed MGK.
he put out a video of coming to our campsite to visit that Amanda cannot watch.
No.
Why?
Because there is a shirtless Ben on a Channing Tatum video.
No, not true. I'm sort of wearing mostly a shirt, which is it started out. It had sleeves and then it didn't, and it started out the day buttoned up and then it wasn't. As you witnessed earlier today,
it
Aaron.
started off covering your nipples, and then you cut holes so they could breathe.
So it just became, it was kind of a vest that was well open.
All right,
I was letting sweater vest breathe. That's what I'm saying. And
I gotcha.
Channing Tatum didn't want anything to do with me for some reason. He went, "Wow, that guy looks pretty greasy." And I'm like, I am. I've been drinking since noon.
No hugs, then. No hugs.
And I forgot you were showing up until 5 minutes ago.
and Ben does not drink very much like myself. So if you were drinking since noon.
Well, well, it started when we showed up, a week and a half earlier. So, that's when the party started, Aaron. And then,
so you're probably in your prime by then.
So, we made it through All-Star Weekend. That was fun. And hanging at the man cave through the week. That was, from what I told, I had a good time. I don't know. And then, I don't know, Thursday morning, Friday morning of the 600 weekend, I don't know. Some suits from the Speedway showed up. And they said, "Who's in charge?" And T-Bone took off. So I went, I guess me, because I'm the only person here. So they're like, "We got somebody really important coming by, but we can't say much. Just be aware of it and be available. Have the people in charge be aware at this time." Okay. They left. 30 seconds later, T-Bone showed up, says, "Do you want to burn one?" I said, "Sure." And that thought completely went away until...
Oh, boy. Till Channing Tatum showed up.
The end of stage one on Sunday evening, and an SUV pulled up, and I went, "Oh shit, that was," and I looked around for anybody that's supposed to be around, and there really wasn't, except for Mike. He was over there, and I'm like, "Oh, there he is. Hold my beer, hold my shine. I gotta go." And I may have run that time too, Doug. I may have run.
It was only like 3 feet. You weren't running.
That's enough, because I was lucky to get out of the lawn chair at that point.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's at the point where the race is happening. I'm not even watching the race. I'm just watching it on the big screen going, all right, my buddy's running 18th. Yay. So, yeah. So then he showed up with his, 12-pack of Coors Light.
12-pack of Coors Light. And on Monday morning, we go at the cooler, there was still 12-pack of Coors Light.
Yep.
So it was all for show.
No, just no one wanted to drink Coors Light.
No.
Okay, so unbelievable. If Doug and Ben were topless, that would make Boner Jams a very happy dude. I bet it would. Hey, Doug Strong. You made it.
We're at 92 thumbs up, people. Let's see if we can get 8 more. Ocho más, por favor.
Oh, we got 69 people watching. That would be impressive.
We're at 70 on my screen.
71. I don't know. That could be live numbers. Might not be. Could be just approximation. Charles.
Damn.
Charles. I'm like, wait a minute. Charles, can you restock your maple candy supply? No. But we can put, ironically, one of these little packages costs around that much. So a fella might, mazel. A mazel. So, yeah, Charles is, I think, this is, I don't know, this is the 4th birthday hang I've done, and this is the first time I've been trolled by someone on the screen with me, bringing up the M word.
Somebody had to do it.
I was just the attitude out of my head, because I know I'm going to have to see Ford at some point next weekend.
You got what now?
I'm trying to keep that in my head because I know I'm going to have to see Ford at some point next weekend.
I don't think you will.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure Ford passed away.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I'll tell you what.
will.
If you see him, then you're fucked up, bro.
You have another friend.
Need the hug, apparently.
So you've been able to play around with that pedal some, Ben?
The new pedal?
Yeah.
I already have about 2.5 hours on it. I thought it was broken when I got it, Aaron. Did I tell you that? I didn't tell you that.
No. How did you think that pedal was broken?
How would I not? When it's got a mini toggle that when I press it, it keeps flipping back to the left. I was like,
oh, you didn't realize it was the like selector.
I did not know that. I thought it was a 3-way toggle, and I went, that's broken. So I shot a little 10-second video, sent it to Rob. I'm like, I think I got a broken pedal. He's like, no, it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, it's the same way that my EM3 is from Solid Gold Effects.
Yeah.
If you go to the left, you switch from whole notes to eighth notes to dotted eighth notes. If you go to the right, you can add an octave into the delay.
Thanks, Philip.
Damn!
Hello, Mikey Newman. Said happy birthday to me in a text. Okay. Appreciate it, Philip. Since I just ate a gummy, I'm not eating another one right now. Sorry, in Crane. Now that we're well over 100 milligrams, things should be kicking in nicely. They are. They are. What is the Hydra anyways? Scott Brockway asks. It's a reverb, which can be a spring, plate, or room. And it's also got a tremolo.
Which can be harmonic.
Tremolo, but it's pronounced
and it's
tremolo.
Fantastic harmonic trem in there.
Guitar Man 45 supposed to get a new pedal tomorrow. And what's up, Guitar Man 45? How was the evening with your daughter? Her birthday as well today. She turned 21. He was taking her out for her first drink ever. So I said, well, buy a second round for me.
There you go.
Mazel.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Hey, Aaron.
Doug Strong asked, did anyone
What's up,
see
JJ?
the new Rev Tilt? What's up, JJ?
Yes.
I just sent you a picture of a pedal. Do you know what it is?
1 second. If I get booted out, it's because of that text. But 1 second. Let's see.
You do that. I will say, Doug Strong says, did anyone see the new Rev Tilt Overdrive they released this week?
Yeah, I saw it.
Worth pulling the trigger on the new pedal, and that may have come out on the right week. I have.
That tilt sounds fantastic.
It does. I'm not the biggest Rev fan. For some reason, they don't want to work with Canadian YouTubers. I'm just saying.
Well, probably
they like giving out hockey jerseys to YouTubers to wear, Doug, but apparently not to Canadian YouTubers. Yeah. That was my reaction.
Yeah, it's a fucking Mutron and an old one. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Yeah, it's a Mutron.
We can hear you. We can't see you. We can see you now.
Is that like a flanger? Flanger or?
The red one, that might be. No, the blue one's the phaser. Yeah, probably the flanger.
Doug, whenever I've talked to Rev at NAMM shows, they're all like, yeah, sure, we'd love to do some. Just email us. And then we do, and they're like, no reply. No reply. I'm like, hey, yeah, I was talking to this, and no reply. All the way up, and then the next time I ran into him at the next DM, I talked to, what's his name there, Dan Trudeau himself or whatever, the head chief bottle washer. He goes, oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we'll work together. Here's my card. You email me. Crickets. 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 Crickets.
The only reason I could see that is because up until the tilt, everything they've done has been like super high gain, and that's like not your bag.
So they've sent a lot of other YouTubers that aren't necessarily high gain one.
That's true.
With the same size channels or smaller. I'm looking at you, Vlad from Cat Tech Studios. I love Vlad, but similar size channel. Grattan. Thanks, buddy.
Damn.
Brad Miller's here to represent the Tampa Bay Lightning, apparently.
We've broken 100. 101 thumbs up. Well done, folks.
Here we go.
I have a lightning tube somewhere.
Right on.
Over there.
Right on, man.
Somewhere. It is Sean Tubbs' pedal. That's true. Sean's a good guy. I like Sean.
So Ben, I think you should apply. You should respond to Michael.
Is giving away hockey jerseys to non-Canadians cultural appropriation? No, because what? 75% of the league is American anyways. And the Canadian team hasn't won it in the better part of 30 years. Doug's a Pittsburgh fan, so.
Think I'm gonna cheer for the shit team that's the closest to me? I got two choices, Buffalo or Toronto.
Or Detroit. You're kind of right in the middle.
Need you say more?
I'll be back. Refill.
Uh-oh.
Travis's Cajuns are afraid to walk on ice. What do we got here? Yeah, it looks like Glenn. Well, Glenn Fricker's got like what, 500,000 subs, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he's at like 750 or something like that.
All right, what else we got going on? Charles, you had a good weekend?
It's been busy, but we, I was doing some family stuff right before I came in, so I promised them I'd take care of some stuff with them, and we did that. So I got to go do some boxing now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I FaceTimed you on my way home with the kids, so you know what I did all weekend.
Yep. Deja Blue says, y'all ready to hate me? No. I got a Fractal FM9 and don't think I'll ever go back. That's fine. Larry Mitchell uses Fractal stuff.
I was like, whatever works for you, dude. That's all that matters.
For Axe Effects. It's Fractal Axe Effects. All right, so I was right on that. All right, yeah, Larry Mitchell uses that shit and he sounds awesome. I have no problem with that. If you want to use that shit, go for it. It's just that just means more non-virtual stuff for me. That's the way I see it.
Whatever makes people play music is all that I give a fuck about.
Well, and not everybody can plug into an amp. You might live in an apartment, for instance, with thin walls. So you got to go virtual and be all headphoned up. That's fine. Or you be like Doug Strong. He's got 2 youngins running around. Like, you can't be all cranking it up. You kids can't go to preschool with tinnitus, Charles, is what I'm saying. Well, they can. They can. I know
what I wanted to mention, but JJ's not back. But did everyone see that there's going to be a new Spinal Tap movie?
Yes. Discussed it last week.
I love it, and the fact that the premise actually makes sense is amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
J-Lo's Guitar Daddy. Yeah, it's like 30 years later.
Yeah. The idea that it's a continuation and not a redo
is amazing.
Way to go, yeah. Because I just hate when they remake something.
Well,
and I love the fact
makes it so much funnier because one, you don't have to do like special effects to get rid of their ages, basically, right? But literally, because when they were touring and stuff, that was all like 91, 92, and literally they can start the movie off with, and grunge happened.
Well, and it's so awesome.
Like overnight, they're going to be back to playing clubs or busking or whatever it is.
Well, I love the fact that they said the band members haven't talked to each other in like 30 years, but because their manager died and their daughter inherited the contract, they have to play one show or they'll get sued. So they have to like come back together after not having talked for however many years, and not only fucking like remember the songs, learn the songs, get the gear set up, but then play. Oh, it's going to be amazing. JJ, you know that there's going to be a new Spinal Tap movie, right?
Yes, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I heard someone talking about it on a channel somewhere. Yeah, that's badass.
I just said the premise is awesome. So like they haven't seen each other or played together.
Oh, is that what it is? What you just said? Okay, yeah.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
That's
in fact,
awesome. So they have to get together for one show.
Yep, I just picked this up this week. Hold on.
Mark was, I was just wondering if you covered the morning after the tornado that went through the infield.
movie,
Well, you
man.
wanted the Shanahan
An
year.
invite in the elevator.
That was a different year. That was the first year. Nice.
Right on, yeah.
Up to 11. All right.
My Friedman JJ goes to 11. No, and my Soldano goes to 11.
This one goes to 11. That's one more.
Yeah, my Soldano goes to 11, dude.
Fuck yeah. And what rules is, so like that's one of the movies that I have like saved on my phone because I've watched it 150 times in my life. So I am going to be watching that fucking movie on my flight out to see JJ.
Yeah, but this one goes to 11. It's like,
No, don't even look at it. You've seen that one enough.
Hey, I hadn't bought any gear in about 10 years when I took a break from playing. And I was in at a pawn shop, and that's where I saw an Ibanez Jet King, which I fell in love with. I was going to pick that up, and then they had a little Viper amp, one of the original series Viper amps. I wasn't going to buy it, but then I looked, and it went to 11. And I looked at the girlfriend. I said, well, I got to buy the amp too. She said, why? I said, well, it goes to 11. And she just started laughing. And she's like, you're right. It goes to 11. And I think it was like $75 or something ridiculous.
I was going to say, those Viper amps have never been expensive.
Yeah. Well, and this was, geez, I bought that thing. It was like 2008 or something like that.
Do you want to hear something funny in the studio? Fuck. We're in the studio, right, and we're looking for tones because it's all about how Cameron works is finding a tone. It's not all done later on, you know what I mean? So you can spend hours finding the tone for the fucking song. And we're looking for effects, and my Helix is there, and I'm like, well, fuck, I've got all these effects in the Helix. And I plug it in. He goes, what you got? He goes, plug it in. And I plug it in. We're going through a Trident desk that Queen played through, you know what I mean?
Hell yes.
So I plug in my Helix, and I'm trying to find this fucking crazy fucking sound. He's going, nah, that's all right. No. He goes, oh, that one's not too bad. He goes, let's hear it in the mix. We bung it in there. He goes, yeah, it kind of works. He goes, but you want that synthetic sound in there? I'm like, fuck.
Well, you brought the big boy amps too, didn't you?
Oh, everything's analog, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's that. But it was that one moment with him where you throw in the Helix, which I have such belief in. And he goes, well, he just heard it in the mix. He goes, yeah, but you want that synthetic sound in there? He hears the synthetic. It's so ridiculous.
Dude, no joke. Like they sound great and everything, but I can tell every fucking time in a demo when somebody goes like direct and it's not a mic'd cab and it's like an emulated speaker.
Dude. Oh, dude.
I mean, it still sounds good. I'm not, it doesn't bother me or anything, but I can always hear it. Like I'm like, I know for a fact that that's an aux.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pure analog, pure mic'd up. It's all fucking just classic old. I mean, 60s, 70s cabs. I mean, fucking
nice.
Bassman, fucking vintage Bassmans. It's crazy.
I was telling them one of the coolest things we did on this record is after everything was done, I went back and we took a shitty old PV backstage 1x12, cranked that thing up, and then slammed it with my pedals and mic'd it. And by the time we were done like tracking with that thing, dude, it sounded like it was ready to give up the ghost. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the Queens of the Stone Age tricks right there.
Yeah, well, I got the idea because on the first Foo Fighters record, Dave Grohl took like a double rat and like ran it through some shitty little speaker and mic'd it up for Exhausted and Alone in Easy Target. And I was like,
bang, just cuts right through, man.
Oh, it's awesome. And it was like the perfect filler tone to like, you lay it underneath your main guitars and everything just widens out because it's so blown out.
Yeah. Super fun, dude. What I've heard from what you've been doing sounds sick. Super excited.
Yeah, I've been really happy with it.
Yeah, folks, tomorrow Lawrence is dropping in his latest newsletter that new pedal tomorrow.
And if you guys aren't following Lawrence on, social media, well, shame on you because you'd already know. Or if you have his newsletter, the newsletter's tomorrow, but he already showed it off on Instagram.
Yeah, the blue one.
Something else.
Yeah.
The 50s.
See you, Martin. Thanks so much for tuning in, buddy. It's a little late morning or early morning in Austria.
What's it called?
With me. That's
All
fucking
right, Martin,
sick.
have a good one.
Is it called the 56? Is that
No,
what it's called? 51. Okay.
55.
I was like, I knew it had a 50.
It's a 50-something.
It's
Yeah.
51.
Oh, and Charles, I got invited onto one of Martin's live streams, so I think I'm going to have to invade that. A fella missed out this week, so Martin and I were talking today, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, if you want to stop in one, I'm like, of course. Of course I would love to.
Yeah, when they invite me on, I move my lunch around so I can be there for an hour.
For sure. 55. There you go. Guitar Man 45 says he'll be waiting for the email. I get it. Thanks, Max. Am I missing out anything here? Nope. Deja Blue. What is a piece of gear that you never got that you wanted? For me, it was 5150 2x12 combo with a PV tube flex. Okay. There is that 57 Tele. There is that. Oh man, that thing was comfortable. Yeah, I'll go with that 57 Tele.
Hey, Ben.
What's up?
Are you bummed on your that Tele with the frets?
What's that?
Are you bummed on that Telecaster with the bad frets?
Oh, yeah. I can get it fixed, I think. If I can't fix it, I can get Dave to fix it, I think. Dave's World of Fun Stuff.
You still have it strapped down?
Still strapped down.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow's project in between races. We'll be filming that. We'll see how that goes. No, unbelievable. Do not send me. No, unbelievable. No. Let's see what we got going. Lawrence is timing. I'm lurking and actually messing with his LPD Night's Drive-In. Thanks, Lawrence. And happy birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Anyone tried the Epiphone Firebird? No.
No, but I've heard good things about it.
I haven't yet. Yeah, definitely check it out at NAMM, Aaron.
I shall.
And
Talking about,
I'm just going to give you a list of booths for you and JJ to check out.
Yeah, that's one of the guitars that I had to sell that I miss a lot. I had a 2017 Pelham Blue Firebird that I miss a lot.
Nice. Hip Metalworks asked if I've caught any of the Indy qualifying. Not yet. I do have it recorded. So I'm not going to tell you anything then, Brad.
Do you think you're going to straighten out that neck when you take it off tomorrow?
What's that?
What are your bets on whether you straightened out that neck tomorrow?
50-50. Either did or didn't. Ooh, Ron Bane, House of Bane got a third dimension. Nice.
I have no idea, but why? But Nirvana's Man Who Sold the World just jumped into my head.
There. Guitar Man 45 looking to buy a Fender Ultra Lux Tele.
Ooh.
He wants all the Tele.
He wants all of it.
Speaking of which, mini rant. What the deuce, Fender? So I don't know what any of you were watching Steve from Boston last night. He talked about the new Fender Classic line that's coming out, which is lacquer
the
finish.
alleged line so far. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw what they had for Teles. So
it was weird.
A 52.
The 61 was weird.
No, the 61 is a Strat.
Oh well, that's still weird.
I
don't
my
think they've ever
Strat
done
comes off with 61 set.
I don't think they've ever done a 61 though, unless Custom Shop is the only way.
No, they haven't. That's the thing. That's why they're doing a 61 and a 67 Tele. And people are like, "Oh, that's interesting." I'm like, "No, it isn't."
A 63 Tele?
No, it's a 67 they're doing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, shouldn't they be doing a 63 though?
The last year pre-CBS would be nice. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, and people in the chat comment, go, "Oh, that'd be cool. Check it out." I'm like, there's nothing special about a 67 Tele. I know, I have one. There's nothing special because I played quite a few CBS era Teles, and like there's nothing special about the neck that year.
Well, you've got what are yours? What are your two vintage Teles?
67 and a 71.
Okay, both of which are after they were sold. Do they feel similar?
The necks are very similar profile.
Okay.
Yeah, even though one's obviously one's rosewood, one's maple.
So is there such a thing as having too many Teles? I'm asking
No.
Frank.
No. There is such a thing as asking a question that has an obvious answer.
Yeah, like come on now. Yeah, there's so many Teles out there, Charles. You can have so many Teles that on a frosty night you can heat your home with Teles, and you won't miss any Teles. You can have so many Teles.
Dude, MGK is now really full on trolling. The fake Ben Coombs. He wishes.
Yeah, that's why we're just ignoring the trolls, Aaron. Pay no attention to the trolls.
Well, I should have known Terry and your sister.
Sad needs a hug. They're so sad. They need a hug. That they think they're ruining my night. I just laugh at the sadness of it. So we just ignored the trolls. Because that's what trolls are.
What's up?
See, unbelievable.
The only question I have is, do you think trolls masturbate in their own tears?
As lube?
Yeah. It makes sense, right?
Do they have a choice? They're crying all the time anyways.
That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, you're already there. Why not use it?
Dude. I'm going to try and get... Are you staying there for a little while?
Dude, Doug really does fucking stay still. For a second, he was full on mannequin. I was like, huh, maybe he did freeze. And then I said that and he smiled and I went, nope.
Yeah, you did, Keith. Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to have to run here, Ben.
Okay.
I got to have some lunch.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I was like, lunch? I'm getting ready to like clean up and go to bed because I got to work in the morning and you're talking about lunch.
I got to work in the morning too, so. I'll see you Tuesday night.
Sounds like a plan. I'll watch the races.
Work on, Doug.
And now that you finally cut up in age, get some new hair. Rematch.
All right, I'll still keep using the same hair.
That was for you, Ben. I played a little.
I heard it.
Did you?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Aaron, he's already forgot it. And to Ryan, no, I don't get the Talladega. I'll be at Charlotte.
And many more.
See you, Eric. Have a good one, my friend.
I'm out. I'll catch you later.
We'll talk
Adios.
Peace, man.
Scott Brockway would rather have a Sir than Fender. Well, yeah, they're twice the price, so They are a lot of guitar. I've never played a bad Sir, and you won't.
No, Sirs are immaculate, and their amps are fucking fantastic.
And people can say, are they really a Fender? Sure.
No.
Or really a Tele? Sure. John Sir built enough actual ones.
I was going to say, there's very few guys.
When you buy a production Fender to this day, he designed all those production necks that are still in use.
I can't think off the top of my head of a guy that has more knowledge and talent in both the guitar and amp world. You know, I mean, you got guys that are, like Dennis Fano, goddamn, his guitars are exquisite. And then you've got, Dave Friedman's amps are fucking exquisite. But in terms of like build the amp, build the guitar, I mean, John Sir.
Friedman guitars are pretty sweet too.
Yeah, but he also, he designed it and then it was built, in conjunction with Grover originally. Sir can go into his fucking garage right now and build.
Yeah, I know. That's the scary thing. That guy can build anything top spec.
Unbelievable. Yep. So, I mean, he's just a talent.
I bet you can build a pedal board like Dave Friedman too.
This is true.
Scary talent.
Grover was building Friedman's guitars until he left at Grover's factory. So it was the same deal. It was
which I'm curious.
That's exactly.
Last I heard, Grover basically retired to Nashville now.
Grover retired, and they have a new guy and a new situation going. But no, that's exactly what I said, JJ. Like John Sir can go in his garage and build the guitar and build the amp, as where Friedman designed the guitar, but Grover built it. That's what I was saying. Like John Sir he's in a lane of his own.
Years that Grover was there, it was like Grover would just look over the guitar and do all the relicking the same way Dennis does with the Novos. He has his select few builder, and then it's Dennis who relics the fuck out of them.
Well, I think
unless you pay the super premium to have Dennis build you a guitar, which
I was gonna say, I know that Friedman has a Fender guy that used to do relicking at Fender doing the relicking at Friedman, and then at Novo they have guys that actually relic them. Dennis is now just does the Novo Select, the top of the line spec. He builds that whole thing and does that. What's cool is they actually use
the main team.
Go ahead.
The main Friedman team's gone. Even the relicking guy isn't the original relicking guy from the first run of Friedman. He's gone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jackson's gone, Grover's gone. The original relicking guy from I think I don't know how many, the first 1,000 or whatever, or a couple of thousand. He could really relic. And the new guy, it ain't the same, man. And definitely not the same without Grover.
Well, the guitar was originally
picking the wood.
I was going to say the guitar was originally.
Grover was fucking building them.
Avi Shabbat did the original design and everything, and Shabbat guitars are, oh my god, out of this world good. But I guess he couldn't do the level of production that was necessary, and then they ended up with Grover, which he got lucky that he was able to get Grover to do.
Even the headstock really is the GJ neck. It's it's that headstock with freaking Friedman in there. It's the same little deal. It's the same as the GJ.
Speaking of Shabbat guitars, I was having a nice chat with Sean Hurwitz this morning.
Shabbat guitars are out of this world. McMull, Shabbat, Novo, those three companies are just...
No, get that. So I get woken up by a text this morning from Sean, right? And I'm thinking, fuck, he's a morning person. Great, it was a little before 10 in the morning, but fuck, that's 7 on the West Coast, right? It was nice of a fella to text a guy a happy birthday, at 7 in the morning. And so we're chatting a bit as I'm having my morning coffee, and I'm like, so what are you up to? He's like, oh, I'm at sound check. I'm like, who the fuck sound checks at 7 in the morning? I'm like, where are you? He's like, oh, Guadalajara, Mexico. And I'm like, oh shit, right, you're doing that huge festival this weekend. Their sound check was at 7 a.m.
Oh, wow. That makes sense, especially if you're a band that's going on, say, at noon or whatever. You're going to have to fucking... That or you just get a line check before you fucking go live.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those... Yeah, if you want a sound check, you have to do it before the festival starts. So... Yeah. I'm like, rock and roll. And so Sean's going to try to come on again soon. We got to see Smash Mouth is touring all this month. Like
I thought their
weekends,
singer like retired or whatever. Is he
They got a
back?
new singer. They got a new
Oh,
singer
they
and a
did.
new song out. They got a new song out.
I did not know
I did
that. I
not
knew
know
that
that.
like
Or
I knew
it's
the lead
recorded
singer-
anyways. I don't know if it's out, but
okay. I knew the singer had some issues with alcohol
Ooh.
and like retired and like stepped away, but I didn't know that like they kept going.
oh yeah, I think the last time Sean was on, he had mentioned that because I was like, oh, are we going to mention the elephant in the room? And I'm like, he's like, yeah, we got a new singer. I'm like, oh really? Oh, well there we are. So yeah,
Wow.
that's I look forward to having Sean back on soon. It's always fun.
It's
to
Yeah.
catch
always
up
a
with
good
you.
show.
Yeah, and he seems like such a cool dude.
Oh, it was great because he's like enough about me because I was like, hey, what are you up to? You know, because hell, I just sit around and do YouTube. You know, what are you doing? You're actually living the life, right? He's like, oh no, what are you up to? What are you working on? Blah blah. So we're talking, and he's like, hey, is there any part for me in it? I was like, really? Okay, sure. So yeah, I guess so. Working on some
Nice.
stuff, which is different. You know, I'm working on a few different things. So, but I know he's got a varied background, so that helps, right? Like
For
I'm
sure.
looking at some AOR stuff, so you know, why
Yeah.
not?
109 thumbs up. Thank you, people. I love it.
Mhm.
How's everyone in the chat doing? How the hell does that even work? There is so much time between sound check and actual playing, so much chance for knobs to get hit. Well, I mean,
You lock it in on the board. You lock presets these days on the boards. You save as Smash Mouth, and then
well, I was going to
Smash Mouth
say,
comes out, so you hit it, and you watch all the favorites.
I was thinking pedal board. Like on pedal boards, most time you know what your settings are. So
And I don't think actually uses a pedal board anymore. He's virtual.
well,
Into
there you go.
whatever.
He's
I don't know what
he's
he
saved.
actually.
yeah.
I'm curious what he's using for amps because he was using rectifiers on the clean channel, and then because that's what the singer wanted, the singer liked loud amps on stage, and then I had him switch to Fenders because he was into Fender amps. I was like, then again, when you're one of the OG members, I guess you can tell the guitar player what amps to play through. Seems weird to me, but whatever. You know, if he's signing the paycheck, Charles, I'll play
That's
through
how it's
whatever
gonna
fucking
go.
amp you want, right?
That's right.
So that's fine. And so, but now I don't know. I think he gets to kind of call what kind of amps he wants to play through.
We lost JJ.
Well, you would
did.
think going into a festival, it'd be easier just to have something like, you know, to work with presets rather than bring in a bunch of gear going in and out for something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It
And
makes
it's more
sense.
like
I
you're
mean,
just setting levels during sound check anyways. You're not really dialing much in. It doesn't matter what you sound like on the stage, really, Aaron, right? As long as you hear yourself, your tone means nothing. Because Fred
Yeah,
House can remix
I mean,
and
I literally just say, as long as I can hear my vocals and to be honest with you, if I can hear the vocals and a snare drum, a drum, I can get by as long as I know.
like because
I can play. I know the songs.
Alex is doing his thing. That's fine. You've played the songs enough that you barely even need to hear your own guitar because you're just chording it, you know, whatever you're doing your thing. Yeah, it makes, and you just want to hear your voice to make sure you're on pitch.
Correct.
And let's say all you need is a snare to keep time.
Yep. If I can get that, then I'm fine. I mean, now in an ideal mix, I normally like the last show we played at Elder. God, that sound was incredible. Sound guy was amazing. But I wanted the drums low in the mix so I could keep the time. Guitars about the same volume, and then vocals nice and loud.
Doug Strong says they would have to readjust for a full room. No, different acoustics when the room is full bodies. True. However,
they'll do that on the fly, though. They'll do that on the fly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if it's a festival,
like I said, because band sound check, you always sound check in an empty arena.
Yeah, and
so
if it's a festival, it's probably outdoor, and outdoor.
Yeah, it's outdoor anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be on the fly, super quick. You'll literally go like, oh, like Ben said, like all the boards are digital now anyway. So you go, the third band sounds good like this, save it, and then when the third band comes up, you go to number 3, put it up, and then now, like you said, there's people there. Oh, the vocals need to get a little louder. Push it up a smidge.
Yeah, you can just adjust from there. But yeah, you have your board presets, which I always thought was amazing. And same as like how you can record off most boards now. They all have the capacity with a solid state onboard hard drive to just record, and you just hand the guy a thumb drive. Oh yeah,
I didn't know
fantastic. Yep,
it's amazing.
taking it off the board has never been easier.
Yeah. It's like the first time and the only time I'm pretty sure I played a place that had two different people. One guy was running the front of house and someone else was doing monitors. And I couldn't help it. I grinned, Eric, because I'm like, this is going to go so smooth. You know, because you just show up at an event and you're like, there's two of them. There's more than one sound person. Like, really? So your job, which told me right there, I'm going to have amazing monitor mix because there's someone there to actually mix the monitors.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you want? What do you need? I'm like, first of all, take off all filtering off me because that doesn't sound like me. It sounds way better than me. That is fine for front of house. Because all of a sudden I was like, you know, I sound like fucking Eddie Van Halen tone. I'm like, I don't sound like this. You know, like, what the deuce? And the guy's like, I just, you know, I reek you and compressed you a bit. I'm like, whatever. That sounds amazing. I'm going to sound awesome. I got big guitars. I've never had this kind of big guitar sound. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the monitor guy's like, what do you need? I'm like, I need the singer, and I need the drums.
And if I can get a little
anything
bit of
else,
me,
I'm like,
that's great.
Nope, I don't need much else. You know, and I said, mix in everybody else at half volume or whatever, you know.
And to be honest with you, since I still play live amps on stage. So it's like, even going back to your point, like if I can just get vocals and a little bit of drums, I'm golden because I can always hear the guitar.
Yeah. So we went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's what happens. So
I was working on the E minor pentatonic earlier today and playing with this pickup and thinking about you.
Oh, I solo JJ. I meant to solo Charles.
So playing with that TV Jones pickup.
Wow, oh, nice.
About you.
Nice. Yeah, because eventually I want to replace the pickups in my Gretsch. The Gretsch is not getting as much play time lately. Because I've been totally in middle pickup position lately playing. And I like the bridge in that. And I don't mind the neck in it. But together, not at all. It's just muddy, murky, not good. And I don't care for it. And
you're going to slap some real TV Jones in it and just be done with it?
That's what Charles keeps telling me to do.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Every Gretsch I've ever owned, well, one of them was a higher end one, so it had the TV Jones in it. But then the other two were like, I mean, they probably make the best, like, affordable guitar that you can buy. And then if you just spend the extra, you know, a couple $100 and throw a set of TV Jones in it, next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, this guitar is heaven.
And that's got the classic in it, and I really like it. But I've always been wanting to try those Brian Setzer ones as well.
Mm.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go with something like low output. You know, I don't want hot, and it's like, because I think I want more chimey jangle ability than rockabilly over the top. Because I can do that with a Tele.
See, I was going to say,
my friend Kyle, lots of jangle.
My friend Kyle threw a, what is it called? A Supertron, maybe, in the neck of his Tele, and oh my God, that was the best, like, in between position. You know, the middle, both pickups, having like super fucking jangly, clean fucking neck filtered Tron with Tele bridge pickup. Like, oh, it sounded so good.
Deja Blue has a question. So, do you guys? Assuming we have in-ears, right? Do you prefer where do you prefer yourself live? He says he prefers his left ear. I want to hear what basically wherever I am on stage is where I want to hear myself in my ears. Like if I'm standing stage right, I want to be in my right ear. If I'm standing stage left, I want to be in my left ear.
Oh,
usually my left ear anyways, because that's my better ear. Cymbals were always on this side, Charles. That ear don't work too good anymore. Goddamn.
I was gonna say cymbals. Let's see, out of the last 4 shows, everyone was to the right on the first show. Everyone was to the left on the second, third, and fourth. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me.
But if you're using in-ears, it doesn't matter?
No, not really. No.
Well, I suppose, too, because you don't have 2 guitars, too, right?
Nope.
I think that's a huge difference. You got to separate it.
That makes sense. But, yeah, as a single guitar and vocal, it doesn't really matter. I actually hate fucking playing.
Do you have a preference, Charles?
I hate playing with
I
in-ears.
don't have a preference. I've only played in this room. I am not as virtuoso as.
It's all you in the mix.
I hate in-ears. Like, to be honest with you, give me a wedge. I don't care how shitty it is. I'd rather have a wedge every day of the week.
Yeah, I've never used in-ears. I don't know if I'd want to use them. I don't know.
First time I ever used in-ears, dude, singing was so weird because you're fucking loud. You know what I mean? So
I don't know how I'd be able to handle it.
it's weird. Like, I mean, I
JJ,
got used
you have
to
a
it.
preference? Oh, JJ's gone. Right,
I was like,
I thought he was just rolling a number. I thought that's
you get used to it. But the first time I ever used in-ears, I remember singing and literally, like, after the first, verse of a song, popping one ear out so I could still hear the amp and everything, and being like, okay, this is better. And then, like, we played a run of shows where it was all in-ears, and I'm just not a fan of it.
I mean, that's where I noticed you could always tell the bands that have really struggled and gigged as opposed to, I don't know, Charles, maybe acts that maybe have a beneficiary helping them along the way, so they only play certain situations, we'll say. Because being a sound guy, when a band like Aaron's would come in, I say, what do you need for monitors? And Aaron would probably just tell me, whatever. Just because all he cares about is the bare minimum. And I was like, you know what? This guy has played as many shows where there was no monitors as there was monitor, type.
I've played every show you can think of.
So as opposed to, I need this and I need this and I need it, and you're playing in a crappy bar.
You're the race car fan. I played Chicago Motorland Speedway.
Nice.
And I was direct support for the dude that was in Mudvayne, their original singer.
You should have mentioned that while Doug was here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the dude that was original singer in Mudvayne started a band called Sprung, and we were direct support for them. And that was the hottest fucking show I've ever played in my life, because they took a flatbed, not even a flatbed, they took like a trailer for a semi and just opened up the face of it, and you were inside there, and you got cooked because the sun was above you and everything's aluminum around you everywhere. Oh my God, I remember getting done with that show and like thought I was gonna pass out. But
that's how you sweat balls. That's how you short out pickups, because you sweat all over the guitars.
Well, I remember, must have been a fuzz. Yeah, I think, no, maybe it wasn't a fuzz. I think I was just using it might have been the Ibanez Smashbox. That back then, it was so bright, you couldn't see when the LED was on. So it's like, I mean, luckily,
I was lucky for that era, because when I was playing shows that would be outside and stuff, at that time I had my coffin-shaped pedal board. It was in a miniature coffin case, which was like a coffin guitar case for a Guitar Hero guitar.
Okay.
And I saw it at a flea market for $20. And I said, what's that? And he said, it's a coffin case for a Guitar Hero guitar. And I opened up, I'm like, nope, this is a kick-ass looking pedal board case. That's cool.
Well, that had a wall, so that probably blocked some of the light.
And I just borrow a drumstick off the drummer to prop it, because otherwise I just flap it all the way open. And I remember that. I'm like, I can't tell if any of these are on, off. I'm like, this is bad. This is not good. This is not good. And it was fine until I hit the drumstick and it popped out. My pedal board closed for the most part. And I went, well, now I have none of the pedals. But that's fine. So I just had to tow it open and remember what was on. And fortunately, we were near the end of the set. But
that works. Well, I don't know how much longer you're going, birthday boy, but I'm going to be calling it because I got to clean up and get ready for work.
Okay. All right. Do that, brother. Thank you so much for sharing my birthday with me.
Happiest birthday. Obviously, I love you. Thank you, everyone, for the thumbs up, the communications. We still got 69 watching. Everybody make sure you give Ben a thumbs up and a big happy birthday. Right. I love you. Charles N., good seeing you.
Aaron, good seeing you.
JJ, if you somehow are still listening to this, I love you, brother. I'll see you in 10 days. Quentin, bye.
I was kind of wondering whether, trying to learn to work with in-ears was kind of like when you first learned to sing and play at the same time.
No. It's a difference of trying to hear a conversation in a crowded room or someone talking to you with headphones on.
Yeah.
JJ's rebooting his computer. Laguna Palms, what's up? Scott still can't play and sing at the same time. I found I started singing on one song, Charles, where it was just like, say, 2 chords, something easy. And then over time, just in practice, start, especially if someone gives you a ride to band practice that night. And what's up, Tony? Yes, I do have my birthday shirt on. Thank you very much. Tony will be on next weekend, part of the Memorial Day. I'm going to invade his channel on Saturday, and then the Show Me Your Pick crew is going to come on over here the next night, I believe.
Sounds like
especially if Tony's reminded them of such. If not, we'll see.
I can't sing and play at the same time. I end up start playing to the rhythm of the lyric. I think, I just slowly, more and more songs, jumping in on choruses. That's all I ever did. I never sang lead on anything for the most part. And I say for the most part because I think there's a few times where, especially by the end of the night, we do Rocky Mountain Way. By the second verse, screw it, I'm singing along the whole song. We're doing it that way. When we did Man on the Moon, I remember. We were playing. I was like, this sounds kind of thin. 2 guitar players, but we're playing the same thing, which is never good. Right.
And so all of a sudden, Rich hands me a slide. I'm like, well, I guess I'm playing in slide now. That's fine. Haven't played slide in the better part of 20 years, Charles. But sure, And that was really high school. What are we talking? Playing slide.
Right.
We attempted it. But open G, sure. It's just back forth. C and D. It's just, that's all back and forth. Hey, Rainy Price, thank you very much. And so doing that, well, that's fine, and I then all of a sudden I want to sing the chorus. Well, the chorus, it's a lot of chords in the chorus.
Oh yeah.
It's like G, A, B minor, G, A, D, C, and it's an open tuning too. So I'm transcribing shit. And I'm like, fuck, how do I play a minor? This is going to be fun, and I'm like, screw it, do a power chord for that one because you're in open tuning. There's another guitar player. He can play the minor note, Charles. Sort of like bass players. They're there to play the root notes. I don't need to play a root note. I have a bass player for that. So, and it's weird. Certain songs, like Man on the Moon, is surprising for all the chord changes. The words fit in the right, syncopated, I guess, maybe. It all lines up. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Other songs, I had a real hard time. Handle with Care, Traveling Wilburys. I would do the Roy Orbison parts. It was harder. It was an interesting chord progression. So
it is every time I try, I really end up singing I end up playing to the rhythm of whatever the lyric is.
Well, I always said we needed a third singer, consistently in the Honey Badger, so I could just do the Tom Petty parts in that song. Richie could sing the main part of Handle with Care, the Jeff Lynne stuff, and then someone else could do the Orbison, and then I just go, everybody, and it's A and A sharp. That's the Tom Petty vocal range. Yeah. Anybody can sing along to a Tom Petty song, is what I'm saying.
It's true.
Yeah. JJ's back.
Hold on.
Thank you, Mayhem.
Hey, welcome, man. Yeah, I kept dropping out. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Odd. What's up, Lost Reb? Thank you. 72 people watching.
Right on.
Apparently over 100 thumbs ups. That's awesome.
Right on, man. Birthday celebrations, my brother.
Did we? Yep. Nope. Oh, there's one left in the pack. Moz will finish that off. Nope. Almost dropped it. That'd just be wrong. There we go.
Nice.
All right, so that's 150 milligrams in.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that'll get you there.
Sorry, I got called away for a minute.
That's okay. I think that one was pineapple.
So how many are in now?
Oh, that was a whole pack. Thank you, Clinton James Hicks. Uh-oh. I gotta bust up some more. Apparently I'm out of the Acapulco Gold.
Uh-oh.
Well, that was fun.
So, JJ, how you doing?
I'm very well, Charles. Good to see you, man.
It's very good to see you. What have you been up to? What's the new?
Fuck, I'm burnt out. I'm trying to run a business, which is I run a boat business. I'm a marine mechanic, and I run my own business, fixing boats up and down the coast here. But in the meantime, since January, we've been in pre-production recording, and this is like in between. But that session was evenings. It freaking worked. But now we're doing daytime, so I'm juggling everything. I just worked all weekend to make up for going in the studio this weekend. And I'm literally burned, man. I'm burnt out. This is my
you don't
first.
Know if you're coming or going.
I really don't. I'm back in the studio tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to start tracking guitars again. And I'm freaking on the biggest high of my life ever. And so it's my first couple of drinks in a while, man. I've just been so focused. I'm really wild. I really, guys, I don't know whether I'm freaking coming or going right now. It's a blur.
Well, make sure you let us know when this stuff comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we're probably thinking. I think probably in about.
Scott Brockway was asking about how many OCDs you had.
Wow.
So there you go, Scott. That was in January 2019. JJ had 6 variants of the OCD
pedals. Look at my OCD pedals. Yeah, I'm a tone monster, and being like, recording like pre-production. We got our tones. They sounded badass. I'm running my Soldanos and whatever. They sounded killer. But working with Cameron and working for a couple of hours, finding those tones and going through some crazy ass amps is just been so wild with pedals and everything. It's just been such a journey, man. But we got some shit happening for those of you who, like 90s freaking Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. We are on fire right now, and I just can't. I don't know.
I was binge listening to the stuff that you had uploaded last year, in the previous iteration, just because we were chatting. I'm like, I got to get my groove on. And like Monster. I just love Monster. And so I was just like, there it is. There's the riff.
Yeah, we got
I look in the comments because I'm reading the comment, and my comment is, there's the riff.
Yeah, we got some serious stuff going on, and it's pricked up some ears. We've got a manager now, which is insane. I mean, people are coming at us, and I can mention some other things that we've got really exciting summer coming up. We've got a big show in August. I mean, our first gig was what, Ben? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This has been a 4-year project. Me, Josh, the singer. Not to harp on me right now, Ben. I know, but I'm just so.
No. Because I've been along for the ride for 4 years, JJ, and I'm so fucking proud of you. So please rant on as a pack of
I never fucking give up, man. I mean, I got my second chance here with Josh, who to me is like, he's one of the gods. You got Scott Weiland, Chris Cornell, Lane Staley. They're gone. They're my gods of vocals for that era. Who's into it? And Josh is up there. He was one of the guys in the Flies who had a massive hit single. Yep. And to get him in the, to get
which
with
I
him
covered on stage.
Now, it's been a journey, and now to be with this big producer, it's crazy. But what's funny is, our second show at this point, we're going to be supporting Sugar Ray and freaking Soul Asylum, Filter. That's our second gig. So we're kind of like, this buzz has happened and it's suddenly gone bang. So I'm just on a high right now, and I'm not the wreck I was back in 2000 when we were signed before, where I was just doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and we were thrown into a moment which was just beyond. You know, with Limp Bizkit at the peak of their career, we were pulled in with them, and it was just crazy town. So, but I was a mess. But we had some good fucking times. But anyway, now to have a second chance and just be focused as a business and no one fucking with us. We own the fucking songs. We've got a manager who found us and has opened so many doors already. You know, we got Ronnie King from the Offspring help us out on keyboards. You know, I mean, we just got crazy shit going on, and we're going to do it for everyone, man. I'm telling you, you're going to fucking hear about us this year, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
That's me right now, Charles. That's me in a blur for the last since January. Ben knows it's been
I met JJ through YouTube, like before I even started my channel, and then JJ was one of my first guests, and he's telling me about this project he's doing, and then flash forward to January 2019, JJ's playing me rough cuts of jams that you and Josh were doing. And I think it was still just you and Josh at that point.
Right.
And I'm like, this is really good. He's like, I know. I was just like good. I know. And then the last time I was out there, they had band rehearsal as the previous iteration. And he's like, here, do you want a pair of cans and sit in? Because they're playing through headphones. I was like, yes. And I sat there and listened to the set, and I'm just like, oh, this is like my new favorite band. Because if you're into that 90s stuff, JJ has recaptured it.
We're reliving the 90s. I don't give a fuck. I mean, we are, I said to Cameron, the producer, and we are using all 90s gear. I'm using my fucking 90s Ibanez RG550, and I walked in it with the other data track. I said, this is the magic fucking pickup, Cameron. You plug it in, and he was already setting tones. And I plugged it. He went, fucking A, dude. That's the one. And we're fully 90s, dude. Everything's 90s. Soldanos, all the fucking shit. And we are reliving it. And I say, when I first started working with Cameron, like he's a year ago, it's as though we were in the 90s and we're going to make an album back then. That's what I want. And his eyes lit up because he was, you know, I mean, he worked with Limp Bizkit on Significant Other, 9 Inch Nails, fucking Danzig. I mean, that's his big era. You know what I mean? He produced 5 Motorhead albums. You know, we're in a room right now with 2 of Lemmy's live rigs. You know, talk about in the presence of gods. I mean, the vibe in the room is just fucking beyond, dude.
And what's the name of the band now, JJ?
We're called Star Zero.
Star Zero.
I like that.
Doug Strong was asking. So look up Star Zero.
And I'll go through the fucking story. I'll go through the fucking story, you know, because we were Stonehill originally, and there was our drummer, Bernie. There was 2 bands. Bernie was in both bands, and we're all San Clemente fucking crew. Josh and the bass player from the other band, they've been jamming since they were 15, you know. And Taylor Hawkins was actually in that lineup. I mean, this is all, if you want to go to Star Zero's Facebook or website right now, starzero.com or starzeroband.com. I mean, Taylor Hawkins was in the band, Joe. That lineup jammed with Caius in the fucking desert. You know, back in the fucking desert days. The fucking background of our history is crazy. And then Josh gets in the Flies with the big hit, tours with the Stones in stadium gigs.
That was fun to talk about.
But I tell you,
we got a legend fucking vocalist, man.
I tell you, just from hearing JG talk about it, the excitement, the passion in that, you know this is going to be good.
Dude, it's on. It's on.
Oh, yeah. Full throttle. Full throttle, JJ.
Jay, it's been a 4-year ride, and how to end up with this fucking producer who has such belief in us right now, and we got some people sniffing around us, because there is, you know, I walked in a fucking Target the other day, and they got Rage Against the Machine t-shirts and freaking Nirvana t-shirts. When's the last time we saw that? You know, this movement's happening again, man. Original music.
Yeah, that's Charles. It blows your mind, like when Jay says, like, it's all survivors from the 90s that are all still kicking around. You know, we're all of a certain age and want to still play music. And he's telling me, you know, like this, and you know, like he's involved with Josh. And I sat down with Josh, and the guy has no ego. He's one of the most beautiful souls you will
such
feel instantly more at
soul.
peace just being in the same
What a
room
boy.
with him. He's amazing. And he was blown away that this guy from Canada even knew who he was. I'm like, of course I know who you are. And he's like, nah, you guys don't remember who I am.
That was the big hit.
I was like, dude, I've covered your song on stage, right?
Yeah.
And then I do have to say the funniest shit is that the last song you played at rehearsal, and Joe pipes up. So should we do that cover? And Josh goes like, it's not a fucking cover. I wrote it because it was the Fly song.
Right. Yeah. But that's the whole thing. We got those two bands now we form. So now it's a 5-piece. We got 2 guitarists, me and Billy,
group.
and he's just he's a sober dude. They're all in their 40s, and we're just, dude. It's the energy in the room. It hasn't stopped, and it's been since August of last year. Is the lineup of the 5 of us. So since August. And the
music sounds like if you guys had all hooked up in 1998 together. That's the crazy part.
That's the whole fucking thing. That's the thing.
Like it's.
I've never got out of it. I've never got out of it. So we've got a chance, guys.
Well, I get it. Like just sitting in the same room and listening to JJ Noodle, it's like sitting around listening to Cantrell Noodle. He just has that feel, and just the riffs that come out of him. I'm just like, damn, and like it's not like. When you sit down with a SRV clone in the room, I'm not saying JJ is a clone in no way, but I can hear it coming through, and I'm just like, in that fucking tone, the way he attacks a guitar, I'm just like, God damn, like,
and a bass
I've heard you play through a variety of equipment, JJ, at NAMM shows and stuff. I'm like, you have Jerry's feel. And it's just, and I'm just, that's it right there. I'm like, God damn, those hands, JJ.
So look at please go and like Star Zero. Find us on Facebook, and any likes. It's funny, we got a little movement in a month. I only posted just a month ago to
thank you, Terry.
Wait for some things to start moving, to know everything was falling into place, and now we're gonna push this year like crazy people. Dude, there we go. He found us. I love you, Terry.
Check it out.
Yeah. And tomorrow is, I swear, in 2000 was a highlight of my life, but tomorrow to go into the room, with Cameron again and start tracking guitars, and we're doing vocals tomorrow again. Tomorrow is just one of the biggest moments for me. Anyone who knows me on YouTube, I've been blagging this shit forever and talking about.
What's up, my friend?
Band, man, it's on.
Rob and Tesi Switch in the house. Which did I mention, Charles? A fella picked this up from Tesi Switch. In fact, that's where I got this.
Remember that was part of that order there.
Yeah, with the coupon code even. I'm just saying.
Did you get the volume pot yet?
No. Well, no, I got this on Friday, and we don't deliver on weekends, so I assume Monday. You know what? And I don't assume Monday because this got here crazy fast. Like he shipped it on a Monday, and I got the Friday of the next week through the mail, and that's usually 3 weeks. And I'm like, that's closer to a week and a half. That's awesome. I was not expecting because the first it said,
and I will tell you, his customer service is just completely outstanding.
Thank you, Terry.
I could not. I had emailed him when I sent you the switch for the Gretsch.
Yeah.
And I could not believe how quick he got back with me, and we kind of did a back and forth.
Well, and I never did know it was you. I'm like, I don't know. And Rob's like, how do you not know? I'm like, so Rob says, can't stay long on the bus, headed home from gigs in Texas. I hope you melted some faces and had some fun along the way, too. That's awesome, buddy.
Rock on, Tesi Switch. Yes, sir.
Proud of you, too, Rob.
All right.
Rob's out there just doing it. He's playing gigs and selling gear, and
so he's in my backyard, huh?
Apparently, a fella could have checked out another fella playing. Apparently,
if I would have known.
Yep.
If I would have known.
Charles is out of the loop. He's like, I thought I was cool. Apparently I'm not cool enough to just automatically be in the loop, like not getting that random notification. Hey, a fella's in town playing a gig. Another fella should stop by.
I tell you, he is a great guy to sit there and work with. I couldn't believe the amount of time he spent with me going back and forth, and just a pleasure.
You won't find him on Spotify yet, Doug. They got to finish recording the album first before it goes on the Spotify. That's right, Ryan. He's in your neck of the woods. Nice.
So, you got any other plans for when you get off the stream tonight, Ben?
Eat some more pizza.
Fucking right, he's going clubbing.
I picked up 4 pizzas for dinner, so.
Eat your pizza, go clubbing.
I think this town's closed by this time. Although it is a long weekend, so who knows? Thank you, Marcy. Appreciate it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Be back in 1 second.
All good.
I'm good, brother.
So
I enjoy. I've got the Hydra pretty much dialed in. Although, I'll be honest, Charles, some of these buttons you can push down and stuff, and I'm not sure that there's presets, and that sounds digital, and I'm not sure if I want to get into the fully digital world of a preset now. Even though it makes perfect sense for a fellow that also has a tendency to knock knobs around. So
well,
preset
it would be
makes
nice
sense.
to know, to be sure, so that when you knock knobs around.
Yeah. And it's got all these like tip ring stuff. I'm like, I don't know. That sounds like a stereo cable, but that sounds like some form of, harness. I don't know. I'm used to 1 input, 1, maybe 2 if it's fancy, but this has got like all the inputs and all.
I still think you bought that just so you'd have to buy the stereo delay.
Well, you know what? Like you say, a fella in the FAQ from Flipside, I'm like, can the fella recommend to another fella a stereo in and stereo out delay? Because I'm already thinking a stereo chorus into a stereo delay into the stereo reverb. Mazel use all the stereos. Like, that's why we haven't finished building the pedal board, because stuff, Yeah. I don't know.
So with today's delivery, I officially have more Teles than any other guitar.
Thank you, Riff. Well, that's okay. Just think, Paul Fuchs has like 30 of them. Thank you, Kilo.
So Martin was saying I should take the back of this neck and just and sand it down.
If you do, you got to go all the way to the wood. See you, Rob. Safe travels, my friend.
And the gloss has never bothered me before. And so,
you know what? I would just steel wool it a touch, because I already like those necks. They already have a satin finish.
Yeah, it's this one is glossier. You can feel the gloss on it. Like on my Strat though, it is natural. If anything, it's got oil on it.
Right.
So this is kind of a new experience for me, and I haven't had a whole bunch of time to.
I just steel wool it a little, just a little bit of 4-knot steel wool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. That's what with my Mexican, because it already had a satin finish, but then every few months I would just give it a few scuffs up here and there. Every time it started to get a little shiny, I was just like, it's looking a little too nice, Charles. You need to do something about that.
Yeah.
So, but now, this thing's getting crazy. Because I've been playing it a bunch, trying to kill off the strings, to put the new Master 8 strings and grub screws eventually. There's that. But the neck is starting to shine up a bit now again.
Yeah, you can see the light coming.
And that's just from playing, And I can see the shine, and I'm not liking the shine, so it's about ready for that. But a fella's noticed, like I always said, I got the iron grip on all the chords. So, of course, the G string 2nd fret is the most dented.
Of course.
Right? But I've started denting it to the point where I've now started denting the front of the 1st fret with the G string.
The thing on that, too, is I've practiced now, I believe, 25 days in a row without stop as part of that challenge with Martin and Lucas. And so I think I'm starting to make that move out of beginner and into intermediate. So that's nice to feel. But one of the things I've been consciously trying to work on in doing it is getting rid of that gorilla grip.
Yeah.
On the strings, and
They say embrace the grip, Charles.
The more new stuff you play, the less likely you are with that. The harder that gets.
Well, do you know what cures that? Play in the key of F. Just play in the key of F. You're going to learn real quick how to not, and you're going to also learn real quick how to wrap that thumb around for that low note if you want it.
I am having trouble with that. I was trying to mute the E string the other day with it, and I couldn't. I was having trouble because I've broken this pinky like 4 times, and so trying to stretch this and be able to still hold the thumb over the top is not easy.
This is true. Ryan Hall was asking what I think of the Master 8 strings. Have not put them on yet. They will go on as part of Operation Grub Screws.
That was some interesting packaging on those.
Yeah. I swear they were shipped from the future. I think they were shipped from the future.
I wonder if they vacuum packed them when they put them in there.
Oh, probably in some clean room in Japan. A lot of white.
Yeah.
A lot of white.
White with clear tabletops.
Everything. It's just entirely too bright. Like you will feel the need to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Way too clean. You'll just I don't feel comfortable in here. So, yeah, I'm curious. I don't know. Apparently, they're not like an elixir, so you shouldn't get the dandruff. Is what I'm saying. Now, does a fella do the pick slide? And Rob, when he sees videos,
so is it like an oil coating or something? Or
I think, more like, as I call the WD-40 that the original XT had that they outlawed, and then all of a sudden we have these new XTs. I'm like, what happened to the old ones? So we have these XTs. I'm like, yeah, but what about those? I like those. So what? I know why the originals don't exist, Charles. You cannot make those. At first I thought it was okay to make them. Turns out maybe a certain agency with 3 letters, starts with an E, ends with an A, fill in the blank, went, oh, dude, you cannot. The wildlife, the air, whatever it was. You can't. And then they're like, we have these new XS strings, which are in a white package to look nothing like the previous XT strings that were in black. And then they had the XTs, but only for acoustics and never for electrics. I'm like, why don't you do the electrics anymore? They're like, what?
And they follow that.
The electric XT strings. What? I think we have a bad connection. I'm like, those ones. You gave me a packet, NAM. I made a video about it. It's quite popular. I'd love to work. We don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. And now, recently, I heard there's XT strings out for electrics.
Interesting.
But they're not the same, I bet. I don't know. I think, because I was like, these are coated in WD-40, but they're not leaving anything on my fingers. That's what it felt like. They were so slick. And I was like, holy crap on a cracker. And then they lasted a year on that Mexican Tele, which was used in how many demo videos throughout that year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just insane. What's up, Stevie G? Thank you. Enjoy playing, Janice.
Yes, have a good time, Janice.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it. So I'm really curious, and I'm not saying they're affordable, but if they last a long time, then they're affordable, right? Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. If the strings cost twice as much, but they last 3 times as long, they're actually cheaper.
I am telling you that since I built the deli in the center there, I am absolutely loving those vintage tuners. To just putting this, the idea that you can put the string in the top, wrap it around, and it is so easy.
It looks clean.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry with the little cutoff poking you every time you pick the guitar.
Yep. Hello, Kurt. Yeah, I didn't check, but I think they're a nickel wound string too. Those Master 8. I don't think they're full steel because I don't like full steel because as previously noted, I already tear up frets. So don't give me a harder thing to tear up frets with. Like, I don't need the help. Master 8, they're called, Gary.
Yeah, that was a problem with those NYF.
I think they're only available through Tesi Switch right now. I think he's the only U.S. Distributor of them. But he told me about them, and like, I met those guys at the last NAMM show I attended, and really cool cats out of Japan, and they make, like, you pay for it, but what don't we pay for quality, right? And that's why I got into their picks.
Yeah.
Although, ironically, I've been using, what the hell is it? One of these band labs, like JJ and I ripped off a ton of these. I've been using the same one for the last 2 months sitting here on my desk.
I have been using this,
Oh,
this Fender Medium.
They're the same as the Premier Guitar ones.
I have been playing with this Fender Medium lately, and this is the Fender Medium that my parents sent me from my 1980s bedroom.
Nice. Apparently, I lost the other pick. I usually keep 2 on my desk. Apparently, I lost one.
This is my favorite. Anyway, where's them freaking specs go? Mine are, the ones I actually really use are thin. They are a 58.
A 58? Really?
Yeah.
So you're not
really
using the
like them.
200 Premier Guitar ones I got you?
Well, I use them for certain things, but I always want to put. I don't give a shit about picks. I'll grab whatever's there when I go to rehearsals.
I find those Premier Guitar ones. That's my control, and then I go thicker or thinner versus them. And that's just whatever these are.
I can tighten these skinny picks up right at the tip for like chugging and be really precise. So I like them. Is it the Dava picks where you can kind of like they're flexible hard?
Yeah, I can't. I don't like the Davas for that reason.
I kind of like them, but they're kind of weird. But I can do the same thing with these.
I usually like
the
more flexible, but the more I come along in my playing, the stiffer pick I'm starting to go to.
Right.
I find that the ones I usually pick up, I'm putting down and picking up a thicker one.
I got some thick gravity picks as well, which are good for precise, like really like fast chugging. Like the heavy thick ones are really good, but if you want all around playing within a song, I like to have something where I can get in between it all,
Yeah.
What are these? 1 mils? Yeah.
I like a pick that gives just a little bit.
I was playing 1 mils at the time when I ordered these. I've now gone a bit thinner, but 1 mil is my go-to for gigging, Charles, because I'll go through a pick in a set sometimes.
Have you noticed that you like if I've got 10s, I tend to prefer a different pick than if I'm on the ones on the 9s?
No, actually, because JJ got in my head about necks when we were hanging out. He's like, "Don't worry about neck shape, just fucking play it." I was like, "Okay."
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. And then I started taking the same frame of mind on picks. That's why when I scammed so many picks last time I was at NAMM, now I would just pick anything out of the pick bowl, and I didn't care. And now it's just whatever pick happens to be handy until it wears down. This one's actually pretty worn now, but it's weird. I used to go through picks really hard right away, and I think it's because I stood when I played and it was a different angle. Whereas now that I always sit and play, picks are lasting months instead of hours.
Mm-hmm. There it is, the Tortex, Keith Campbell. I am so pulled towards the Tortex picks. There's the dime bag, man, the green. I went for them because I love and praise dime bags. So I went and bought a bunch of the greens. And dime bag.
I do like those green Tortex picks.
The greens are a fucking great size, man. The greens are killer.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell, because these are basically white Tortex. I think they're like an 88.
Right there. There, the green Tortex dime bag. Fuck yeah.
There you go, Charles. Amanda put Rob's band in there. Kid Kentucky is the name of his band.
Have to open that up.
And I like the Ultex picks as well. Is that what it is? Ultex?
Yeah. Well, Keith, it's not so much lighter touch as is more lined up. Like I'm not raking the pick across the strings at as much of an angle. and just shredding the pick down that way. So I used to be really bad for that. Actually, I incorporate it as part of my playing to compensate, but I know, like, I tried using a metal pick and I snapped strings within a minute. I can't use a metal pick. I will slice strings off the guitar.
Yeah, I found that I'm starting to like something that it just a pick that just gives a little.
Yeah.
Loosey goosey for me, baby.
Yeah, and I usually I'm gripped right down on the pick too. Like half the time I'm playing with my fingernail as much as the pick, anyways.
That's what I do when I'm chugging. My fucking nails are getting destroyed.
Yeah. That's why I used to wear nail polish on my index finger just to last for an extra minute or so. Like, it'd be like crazy glue, a layer, and then nail polish over it. Just trying to build it up. Because it's like, fuck, I gotta play 4 sets tonight. You know, like there's gonna be nothing left there. It's gonna be just tender.
Just a nub.
Thank you, Deja Vu.
It's funny. A lot of times, if I'm just picking up something, I'll play with my hands for the longest time, and then you're like, okay, I want to be more precise, so I go grab a pick.
There you go. There you go, John DeShane. Killer picks.
Yeah,
never and ever. They're like freaking cockroaches. They'll live forever. The Ultex picks.
Oh yeah, then there's the ones that Lawrence sends along with their feet.
Yeah, those are
these.
Stiff.
Yeah, they're pretty stiff, but I dig them. It's got the little ones too. I always give the little ones to Richie usually. Then there's one of those metal picks.
I tell you, the little small jazz.
I think they're out of Japan too.
Yeah, the little small jazz one he gives you, I like it, but it gets lost in my hand after a while.
The teeny weeny ones are too small.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more than one. Yeah, right. They're super thin. That's right, and they're perforated.
That's a good size jazz.
But yeah, 1 minute, and I broke a string, and I took all the finish off the corner. It just became a serrated edge, Charles.
Yeah.
And then I did a pick slide, and that shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys use. You seen the one where you guys take the quarters and they take it and turn it into a pick. I'm like,
Brian May.
Yeah, I can't use a coin or a metal pick, or that's just unfair. Jesus.
And I don't know how Steve from Boston uses those big, thick things.
Until this was in my accessory case for every day, because just all the corners are just rubbed right off. We got a full pack of Tortex 1 mils because I would just go. I just buy multiple packs.
Yeah, maybe I have mine set for tomorrow to take my picks. Where the hell they freaking gone? Shite.
And I literally went from like never having picks and having to buy the packs, Charles, to then all of a sudden go to a handful of NAMM shows and just scoop your airfares worth of guitar picks. I'll never have to buy a pick again.
There we go.
What's up, Paul?
Mine's half roach material now, but
there you go.
There's my 68s. That's for tomorrow. Yeah.
So what are those, JJ?
They're the 58s.
Ah.
The 58 Tortex. Yeah, they're sick.
So that's the real thin ones, right?
They're really thin. I mean, they're not really thin. That I mean, they just work for me, and that's what. And I've been obsessed with picks where I've just got it down to details. When I've been really on my licks, really on my chops, like hardcore picking, hardcore, and you can change in such small increments on your picks and really feel the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You dial it in, but for some reason I can get this rhythm going with a looser pick.
There you go, Charles. I was using these for a while too, PV picks.
Oh, okay.
Just because, right?
Yeah.
But they're cheap. Like they're clear. Like right. Here's one after one set.
They look badass.
And can you see the grooves from a handful of pick slides?
Yeah.
It's just like I'm hard on picks on stage. Just because, well, see, like you look at the telly, how is there scratches across the entire pick guard? Like, where am I coming in where I'm hitting the edge of the pick guard? Like, where are my fingers going to be at the point of contact with the strings? Or am I already swinging out again by that point? Like, yeah, I'm thinking either I was giving her or I was hosed. It's got to be one or the other.
Oh, shit, in the hell.
But Yeah,
I'm on
that poor guitar. It's been through it. Although you'll notice it's not as white. It used to be like white as white, and now that I put the decals on it, because the decals are white, all of a sudden you're like, that's not so white anymore. That's kind of cool.
Well, it's funny. I did a pick slide yesterday, just messing around. But before I did it, I took my pick and I turned it around and used the other corner.
Well, I started using those ones. Here we happen to have a Paul Dean from Loverboy, but I was playing like this shape for a while. Just for that reason, because it's triple the pick.
Yeah.
Like old school, like the more pregnant style ones. And I was over at Rich's and he's like, what the hell are you playing with? One of your dad's picks, type thing. It's like, no, actually, it kind of works. I'm kind of digging it. And he's like, but it's all floppy. I'm like, yeah, but the floppy compensates the bigness. And I don't know, dude. It's the Cadillac picks, and I'm riding smooth. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Guitar Man. I don't know how Stephen Boston's playing with those picks that are like 4 millimeter thick.
Yeah, that was what I was saying a few minutes ago. I don't know how he does that. I couldn't.
Yeah, like, are you playing with the key fob for the van? Is what I'm saying. Is this my pick? Might as well be. Like,
but it's the thing is, okay, I could see, it comes down to a point down on the end, but just holding on to that would seem to me to be awkward.
I don't know. It's just, it could help with. Sometimes I get some hand cramps playing. Yeah, so it opens up the hand a bit, but I don't know. Actually, it seems like a lot of weight too, like unnecessary weight in the hand.
Yeah, Famous Studio. Yeah, it was the Sub Pop Studio, wasn't it? It was the Sub Pop Studio. Yeah.
JJ's fucking rock star.
Yeah, I agree. Find out.
It's okay. I muted him. I have to remember to unmute him again when he comes back.
Here you go. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I don't know how he, it is. It seems like a lot to have. And I would think that it's more surface area too. You think you're, the sweat off your hand onto that.
Yeah, you didn't hear that, Terry. You didn't hear that. That curls. It's like, okay, you remember the band Fu Manchu? They're still giving her. Their drummer gives JJ's kid drum lessons.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, what? How? I'm like, oh, right. You're in Southern California, right? It's like the Craigslist is off the hook. Like you're just, or the used section of the local guitar centers. They're better than the used section of your guitar centers. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
It's just all the gear. There's so much gear out there. Yeah, like we went to the one guitar show, and what you expect to see one of the pedal, and the guy's got 8 of them, and then you walk, and then another guy's got another 6 of them. You're like, how? How do you like the jumbo jazz? Which is Lawrence, the bigger ones. I like
the jumbo jazz. Yes, Lawrence.
Stiff, but I can see gigging with those because again, I'm hard on picks. And that thing I could because I just wear off the corner, and you'll see I just round off the edges. That's why I was looking for one of my. I'm sure I still have some of these 1mm Tortexes around, like to show just how hard I was on picks.
I've got one of those things that you throw all your picks into, and you sit there and I'll pull out whatever's on top. And the other day I pulled out the small jazz one. I prefer the bigger one. The jumbo is great.
Yeah, there's one. It's kind of. I'll see if it'll focus or not. But closer. There we go. No. Yes. Maybe. Can you? Will you? No. Back. Never mind. Dang it. It wasn't that worn, anyways. Why? Why would you keep that, Charles? Just why?
Because you're thinking I can play with the corner.
It was shitty. Yeah. The raise is that like. That's a shitty high school purchase. I can see the faint PV made shitty picks when I started playing. They've never made a good pick. Decent amps, decent guitars, terrible picks. Never tried their effects pedals, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Why do I have several Dava picks? I don't even like Dava picks. I usually give those away. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Will that focus for us? Here it is.
Here he goes. Below average guitarist.
That's what I use for all the demos.
I love it. Love it.
What the hell's that? Jim Dunlop medium. Looks really nifty. But not what I'm looking for. Anyways, back to the show, because I'm sure people just love watching me look at picks. Oh, yeah, that one's a little more worn.
Yeah, Tony's going to worry about you getting in on his territory.
All right, considering the logo is still on it, but she's furry. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Let's try. Maybe. How does Tony do this every week? There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, that. See there.
Yeah.
It's just rounded right off, and yet the logo's still there. Like I haven't even sweated off the logo yet, and that one's already. And then you add the pick slides in, Charles. Although I found the thicker picks with the 9-gauge not a good combo. You need a thinner pick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started using those white motherfuckers, like the Premier Guitar ones, which I barely have any left. I think Mark Taft has stole them all. I kid Mark, because every time you say, hey, can a fella borrow some picks? I'm like, yes. Yeah. And I realized I don't have as many picks as I used to have, Charles.
Hey, I've gotten to that point where I am finding them in the dryer. I found one in the car the other day. So Quentin James. I found one in the car in the back seat on the floor in the back the other day, and I said, "How did I get there?"
I don't carry picks on me anymore. It's crazy, sad. Or the fact I remember last September, we're headed down to Ardens, Kingston. Hey, Dave Ennis, thank you very much. You know, my sister's there, Mayhem's with us, and we get going, and I realize, Charles, I didn't bring a pick. My sister had a pick, fortunately. She's like, I got your back, bro. Like, thank you very much.
Had you covered.
You know, and it didn't matter what the gauge was because it was one more pick than I had prior to the conversation. But I used to carry some in my wallet at all times, but then I stopped carrying a wallet. So that's a bit of an issue. So now when I go out, I strategically put picks in the little pocket of my jeans because that's what it's for. That's the pick pocket.
That is what that pocket is designed for.
Mark says, I don't have your picks. Sure.
Yeah, the thumbs up kind of gives it away.
I was waving. I do not have your Premier Guitar picks. I am not using them right now to noodle while watching this. I kid.
They're in the couch cushions, Mark.
That's why he always invites a fellow over to jam, hopes a few picks shake loose, right?
That's right.
Why you invite fellows over to jam.
That was how I got my
pick.
You know, I when I got my Princeton, it came with a Tortex.
Thank you, Nelson.
It had a green Tortex pick in it. When I bought my PV, that PV 65 I had, the Bandit 65, it had an orange Tortex in it.
My dad used to use the orange Tortex. They're 63s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how? Like those things would bend on me because I would. First of all, he would play both ways, you know, down and up strokes, you know, because it makes sense. Especially playing the cowboy chords. You're playing a telly in the neck position. You're not, right? But I was, and I was finding I was just bending those picks. I was putting curvature into them. And I was like, well, that's not right, because then you flip it around the other way, and that's like trying to use a thumb pick for the first time. It's just yang at the strings, and that's not cool.
You know, it's funny you say that because when I played that orange pick, I would play it for a while, and then I'd flip it over.
Yep.
Yeah. I much prefer the green one.
Charmaine 45 says family finds them all over. Yeah, I leave mine all in here now, and that's why I don't go through as many picks probably. But it was funny. I'd show up for band practice. I just 6 random picks, you know, just empty them out because, of course, you drop them when you play or whatever, and then of course it shows. Of crap ton of picks down the old holder on the mic stand. And
I'm getting to that point where I'm trying to let things spread out around the house a little bit more instead of all being here. So
it's a little more assimilation. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
So my acoustic electric Washburn sits out in the living room, and then now I've got random picks on tables in the living room, and
it's the first time you sneak an amp in as an end table.
Yeah. Haven't been brave enough to do that yet, but I've had 2 guitars out in the living room at the same time.
When I moved into my first apartment, the furnishings started out with a couch, a coffee table, and gear for the rest of the place. The end tables, one end table was a stack of toms, another one was the bass drum up on, next to the armchair was my Vibrolux amp. It fit nicely next to the chair, like perfectly. A little great for putting a cold snack on.
You take 2 amps and you face the speakers towards each other, and you put a top over the top of it. Here's your coffee table.
Speaker mains work well for that. Yeah. Or the road case. See, the road case is always a coffee table, right?
Yeah, that's true. It'll stand up.
My sister was today's years old when, so I guess not all kids had to shuffle through random guitar picks while trying to steal change from the top of their dad's dresser. Yeah, I thought all dryers produced guitar picks, Charles.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about losing guitar picks? Who cares? They magically appear in dryers your entire life.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought having the socks, they turned into guitar picks in the dryer.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Too much 12s.
I still have about 5 Premier guitar picks, Charles. You gave them to me a while ago. I did. Yes, probably still leaving picks all around the tone bunker and not putting them back where they belong. Well, that's plausible. Like, Mark knows the last time we moved gear around in here, he's just like, what's that doing? I don't know. It fell back there a year ago.
The story's changing because it went from I don't have your picks to now I have 5, but I have 5 not because I took them, because you left them here. Give him 10 more minutes. We'll see what the story comes into. I've got all the picks.
Sam leaves hers everywhere, I bet. Yep. I learned the value. I was like, I think guitar picks was still 35 cents a piece or something when I first started playing. Like, a fella could only use your dad's old picks so much because he wasn't playing anymore, but you got to leave a couple in there in case he decides to pick up the guitar, and they were too thin for me anyways, and I was trying all the flavors. I forgot what I settled into. Like, it was years, and for a while I was using a George Dennis 1.05 that came to a fine point.
That is a great point. It's much nicer to step on a pick than a Lego.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's true.
Dude.
It's true. And by the time you find your picks in the dryer, that means they're nice and clean too.
That's right. They've been sanitized for your protection.
Yep. So to avoid an anthrax, wash all picks prior to use. I think they still make those cutters that you can make them out of your old credit cards.
Yeah, they do. You see them every Christmas time.
Yes, Ryan. 2 guitars and a bass player, and you're the only guy that buys picks. Yep. It used to be, I remember, last bass player, Larry, he was famous for not using a pick. Except for a couple songs where he used a pick. And that, he would just off your mic stand. Never to be seen again. That's fine.
Yeah, our bass player is all fingers. He's as crazy as Flea. It
was only for a couple of songs where it's like it was, I think, like a Velvet Underground song he played using a pick just because it needed it. One other song that was kind of punky, I think. It was weird. I was like, oh, you're playing with a pick? Shut up. Hated when I played with a capo. He detested capos.
Then we all.
He's like, learn how to play the song without a capo just because the singer's playing with a capo. I'm like, fuck you. She moves that capo around more than you move addresses. Like, holy, no. Because I can't just transpose on the go. No. It's too hard, and I'm not doing it. Well, it happened weird one night we were playing. I admit I was a little too. I had about 3 too many cold snacks during the night, and at one point we started playing a song. I didn't know how to play it, and she's playing it capoed. Richie's transposed it to play it without, but he was on the other side of the stage, and I'm not wearing my glasses, and I just didn't play the song. I just stood there and provided backing vocals when needed because I was like, I don't know how to play the song, and I had no clue, and bass player's just fuming. It happens. Well, how many times have you forgotten? Because I'll get the old nudge because quite often you're playing such small, he's playing behind you. Mm-hmm. You know he's looking at you. And all of a sudden you feel an old nudge. He's like, hey, what's the bridge? You're like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just turn around and play a bit like this.
You're over 3 hours now.
Yep. That will go a little while ago. Dad's like, how late are you going to go? I'm like, I don't know. Late? He's like, yeah, you might just pass out on there.
That weird stuff?
I cooked it like it was me.
Right.
I don't know what the problem is. It's being too picky.
That's funny.
I'm well enough along in the show that I think Keith was like, good for you, Ben. I'm like, for what?
What did I do?
What were we just discussing? And yes, Mark, the picks were a gift. I agree. Because it's a fella. Can a fella grab some picks? Yes. Yeah. Which I was going to say, JJ, I'm going to have you and or Aaron grab me up some picks anyways.
Fucking right on. I think it's going to be a fun
even if
time.
I can't get there, I still want the picks.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm like with the picks, dude. I taught you that whole trick.
Yep.
Like, dude, just freaking follow me. I'm like...
And that's why we ended up with over 200 picks at the last NAMM show.
Greedy,
and that's not counting the bag of picks. Because the single bag, Charles, was 250 picks in a bag. Because I went for a Premier Guitar, and Buddy's just like, no, here, just take an unopened bag. I'm like, all right. Because JJ's like, make sure to swing by Premier Guitar and grab me up some picks. I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab all the picks. And so I did. And then and that's how Mark ended up with some of those picks because I took some out of the bag myself. I think I kept like 40 for myself. So
I got a couple of hundred picks for the Premier.
Yeah. And I just remember one of your picks here like, what the fuck?
They're still one of my favorites. And I've sent people picks. I've shared them out, man, because I got crap loads.
Yeah, you turned me on to them, and I was just like, you're right.
Dude, they're all over the tables, aren't they? It's like scoopity, scoop.
Well, it's when I saw the bag of bags. I went, holy crap, they bring like 5,000 picks.
Yeah, well, it's not like they don't expect it.
They don't expect someone to do that, Charles, to just clean the table off with one fell swoop. You're supposed to grab one, maybe two.
There's always that guy.
That's the end of the show. At the end of the show, it's like, well, no one's grabbing the picks. What are they going to do with them?
Yeah. They don't want to pack that up.
The harder ones is you gotta walk by the gravity booth as often as possible, and they don't recognize you, Charles.
Man, you're giving away all the tricks. Well, Gravity picked up on that one. Now they have him in the little freaking private, and you've got to have the discussion. Then
guy walks around with it looks like a waiter at a cocktail party with a tray of picks.
This is the vintage.
And they take it off and give it to you. Oh, and you go, oh, I'm sorry, I've never heard of your company.
Before they had like a jar of each color, and they'd go, oh, try one. I'm like, well, this one might be a little thick. Do you have one? It's like the Three Bears story. It's like, do you have one just a tiny bit thinner? Oh, try this one. You end up with like the whole set.
It's just right.
Right on. Yeah, the horse of YouTube. Free is free, man. If it says free, it's free.
Yep.
I love my picks. I got the collection. Love my picks. But again, don't be too possessive on which one you play all the time. I think a different pick will give you a different feel, a different sound, a different song. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So you pick up your guitar by what mood you're in.
Yeah, I just grab whatever's in between all my junk all over the desk. Which one's that one? But sometimes there's a mood which I'll die for one. If that weird one I said earlier, what's that brand with the bendy one?
Devils.
The Java pick.
Yeah, that often makes an appearance somewhere in the pile, and I'm like, oh, there's the Dava pick. Oh, and I have a good time with it. You know, pathetic, isn't it? Love it.
All right, Scott,
like these big triangle ones are nice as well. Sometimes the triangular picks, I like them because I'm quite.
I was talking about them earlier.
Yeah, these things always, picks always spin in my fingers for some reason. Before I know it, I'm upside down on a pick, and I'm like, well, I'm upside down on a pick. So these ones, at least they give you a better chance of being in the right freaking place.
See, Scott, it's like when I played in One Day to Live, Andrew always played with this corner. I was like, how? I have twice the pick. I'm like, it's so rounded off.
Yeah. For like sweeps and stuff, that works real nice.
123 thumbs, Charles. It's all because you're on.
Happy birthday, my boy.
No, I think that's more Ben and JJ than anything else.
Nah, you did the unboxing.
Well, I tell you, those Squire Affinities, that's the one that Johann Sagerborn really likes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The Marshall dude. You guys know him, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he swears by that guitar, doesn't he? He has the natural.
I love it.
I
think for next to nothing.
One of his favorites.
My Strat is a Squire Affinity, and I love it.
Yeah, you can turn him into a monster. Wood's wood, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, on the black one that's hanging, it's got a classic vibe. It's got a classic vibe neck on that one.
Okay. So I love which is the one I loved, and I sold it, and I really regretted it. It was Music Therapy Lads won the same one in the competition. It was a limited edition, it had a humbucker in it. It came out of China, but it ended up being more expensive to manufacture than
the Modern Player.
The Modern Player. That was
I owned one of those for
incredible telly, dude. Incredible. Yeah. Anyone sees them on Craigslist or wherever, pick them up if you see them at a good price because they are incredible guitars.
See, that's the funny thing, JJ. A buddy of mine, he bought the Modern Player Strat, which was HSH, mahogany body. The thing played amazing. When I sat down and played it, so I ended up getting it off him. As soon as I tried playing it standing up, I couldn't play it standing up. I was hitting the volume controls and middle pickups. I was like, oh, can't do it. So I traded it to Rich for a Marshall head. And then
I
got the Modern Player Telly. I played it for one rehearsal and it played great. Yeah. And then we played a gig. It was hot outside. During the gig, the frets started lifting out of my guitar and one or two pickups fell down inside the cavity of Rich's Strat because he played the Strat. And we're just like, what the fuck? And the weird thing, Charles, I only owned that guitar for like a week and he had it for a couple of weeks or maybe a month and it was fine. A buddy of mine before I owned it for years, like 3 or 4 years he owned it. Fine. Wow. But it was something about that hot day, they just fell apart. And mine being brand new, the frets started lifting out of it. So I sent it off to get warranty repair. It got dropped. And then that's how I ended up with the white Mexican Telly because they did a warranty trade, but they didn't make the guitar anymore because, as JJ said, cost more. Mm-hmm. Well, no, they did. There was one left, and it was the trans black finish, and I didn't like that. I wanted the honey. I had the honey burst. Mm-hmm. I don't like trans black. I've ranted about that on this channel before, and so they said you can have any Mexican Telly you want from the store. I'm like, fuck, I'm taking this one with the 2 humbuckers. That thing was $819 it retailed for, whereas most Mexican Tellys were about in the 7s, the low 7s, and the Modern Player was $479, which I got a bit of a deal on. So I got that thing for half price, if anything. And then I got a case that cost too. So I got 2 case.
There you go.
I put a JB in my modern telly, and
Ooh.
I took it back out because the original junky old whatever cheap pickup was in there sounded better than the JB.
It was voiced for that guitar better,
I
probably.
guess it was. It had a certain thing to it which just sounded amazing. Yeah, I really regret selling it. Trading up for something, you know what I mean? At Guitar Center. Back in the day when Guitar Center would give you good money on trade-ins, you'd be like, damn, because I'd always buy things cheap. So I knew when I trade in, it'd be like, ain't so bad. Not anymore, obviously.
Yeah, and those tellies were pine bodies too.
They were, yeah, made out of like probably 20 pieces, but they were amazing guitars.
Yeah, because mine was dropped right on the output jack, and it just shattered the finish.
But I think the ones that had a clear coat or where you could see the wood, I think they were one-piece bodies for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, the TV yellow ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you'd see all that through the finish. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they were one piece, I think, or split right perfectly down the middle. So at least they look half decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless they did a photo fit or not a photo finish, a veneer maybe. But even then, you could see the sides. So it would be a veneer.
Mine was badass. The neck was incredible. Incredible guitar. Huge regrets getting rid of that. Huge.
Yeah, I liked it. It had a lot of lacquer on the neck, or poly. It had that high gloss.
Yeah, they did. It was super thick. Yeah.
The deluxe neck on the cream telly there is all the poly.
Yeah, I sand that shit right off, man.
Yeah.
You got a razor.
Get out that steel wool, Charles. Go to town.
I can't do it. That is my I put that one together. It is all Fender. It's an all Fender parts telly.
I'll just come by for a weekend, Charles, and I'll bring the steel wool. And you just go off and you just work, do a meeting or something like that, and you just come back.
And when I come back, it'll just be done, huh?
It'll be fixed.
Oh, it feels so good. It feels amazing.
Yeah. And you'll be like, oh. And it'll just feel like that guitar's been played for 20 years.
See, but I always play it in the AC, so there's never any, it doesn't, there's no stick because there's not enough.
Doesn't matter. It's a texture thing. Just tell me. Get off the glass. Move on to some, smooth wood. Feel the wood. You don't have to go full raw. Just give it a little scuff.
Yeah, that's what I like about the my Squier Stratafinity. It is all natural on the back.
Yeah.
That neck.
That's what I'm saying.
And honestly,
a fella's gonna start playing his other tellies and thinking, you know what? I might need to go down to the hardware store and pick up some steel wool.
No, I've got the steel wool.
Oh, he's got it even. So it's within reach even, maybe. I don't know.
Dangerously within reach.
Hey, Hobo Roadie.
So
you always want a one-piece green body. I
always speculate that this black and white telly is going to get that treatment.
And so what were you thinking on the body on it? What are you doing? Leather wrap? Wheeling style?
Right now on that one, I'm just going to leave that one alone. That's just going to be a player for now. It'll be one of the few things I have that's not touched, not modded. Unless I do the mod you suggested.
You have to remind me.
You wanted me to put a B-bender on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Right, because it's a top loader. So you can put one of those hip shot. Yeah, I forgot. I might have been, based on certain lifestyle choices. I mean, I remember the entirety of that conversation that day, Charles.
Oh, that was your idea, voiced several times. And then
well, and if you can get all the flavors across that tailpiece, so you can have the B, G, and E involved. So the E to drop to the D, and then your G bender and your B bender.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. I got just the B. And no, the B and the E, because I want to be down into drop D. So I play in drop D a fair amount, just for the key of D. Because I like it.
I see.
I get my drone on. Just saying. JJ, yeah, the stuff I've been writing a bit, eh? And I've gone from no more little slap back delay and a hint of reverb to now plate reverb, big delays. Kind of happened.
Right. So
And now we're going stereo.
More of a soundscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a Larry Mitchell inspiration in many ways.
Very nice. Awesome, dude.
It's fun to play around with that stuff sometimes. Just
come on over it, man. Crank it up. Whee!
Yep. Infinite delays. I kind of like that. Or infinite reverb, sorry. With that plate.
Yeah, infinite delay can be annoying after a while. But reverb, on the other hand,
yeah. You can use all the reverb. And I have. It's like when I first cranked up that Cascade to infinite reverb, I'm like, oh, what's this?
I love the halo reverb. You know the halo sounds where it's like a choir in the background.
That was the one thing that the Hydra does not have that I wish I had. If the
many reverbs don't have a halo. Many of them don't.
Yeah. Or shimmer. That's what it is.
The shimmer. Shimmer's another way of saying it.
Yeah. But that's okay. That just means I can get another reverb down the road, Charles. God damn, like 3 of my last purchases have been reverbs. Or 2 of them anyways. Like what's up with that? Other than the DODs, we got to get back to the year of the Dodd.
You know, I was thinking it might be helpful for you to put on your somewhere on your YouTube page which ones you don't have.
I could. A fellow could. Well, yeah.
Things might end up in the mail.
Well, a fellow could take a photo of the Dodds. It's what, 5 of them over there now? Because I still haven't found my vintage AB pedal since I moved. It's just plain gray block letter, like it's an old OG. Don't know where it is, and if I'm missing it, I assume there's more than one pedal in the box that I'm missing. So I'm really curious on what pedals I've been missing for years and have no idea.
I'm not to that point where I can have something and not know I have it.
Dude, I found a T-shirt I lost 1.5 years ago, 2 days ago. All of a sudden it showed up. I'm like, really? Like, it got to the point where I'm like, it's gone forever. So I finally found my Aerosmith T-shirt. I'm really happy about. But yeah, I don't know where the pedals are. They got to be somewhere. So I'm going to have to at some point go through every damn box in this house.
Is there a price point you're looking at on those DOD pedals?
Well, cheap.
Well, what do you consider cheap, though?
I don't know, because it depends on shipping. Because I consider combining. Well, it depends on the pedal. Usually, you want to be into it for, I don't know, what, US? $60 US? Maybe 80. I don't know.
See, because like with me, something older like that, I set a hard line on like $50. It's why I still don't have the Blues Driver, because I will not pay more than $50 for a Blues Driver. I just said that is going to be what I'm.
Oh my god! I had Sticker Shop. I stopped in. I was over at the Evil Empire, and what is it? A fucking DS1. They were still like $60, $70 Canadian. Now they're like north of $100 Canadian. Yeah. I'm like, what? And it's not like the other pedal. I think Boss finally realized, Charles, we sell a butt ton of these every year. Maybe we should charge more than $50. So they did, and I was shocked. But then, did I tell you? I think I told the Ardens story when I was buying the nut, and in the showcase right there going, a roasted telly neck was just sitting there. It's going, hi. I was like, yeah, hi. Sure you need just a nut? I'm like, yeah, I think so. At least right now, but you're looking tempting. Although I don't know about roasted necks. I don't know how I feel it. It's a little too dark. You know, it just looks spray tan.
Them when they're like, there's like two different ways. Either they do them where they're such like a deep chocolate, you know, like they're overdone.
Yeah,
and then there's ones where they roast them and it's almost like a caramel color.
Yeah, like you want it so it just looks like an aged neck as much as anything else.
So it looks like aged finish on the telly neck, right?
Yeah, although so aged. Hard to say with the 67 because the raw areas, because you know it's been oiled in, so it's much darker than.
But you know, like it's like with the amber finish on them that they would put on the necks. Necks before, like that.
Yeah, lightly toasted. Toasted. I don't want whole wheat. You know, just easy.
Well, they say when they roast those, they're a lot easier
they're more stable.
Well, they're more stable, but they're easier to like dent.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
See, I don't know if it's true. That was something that I heard somewhere, and I was like, I don't know why. Why wouldn't it be harder? But
Keith always goes for the roasted neck. Honestly, it feels nice, although I will say, Charles, too, they smell. Roasted necks smell, and I don't know how I feel if easy gets a little close and I can smell the maple.
Well, if you would embrace the maple fully, Brent.
That's the problem, though. I gag when I smell the maple. See?
I don't know how you can be Canadian and not like maple. It just blows my mind.
Well, we figured it out was because I got sick of the taste of maple at a very early age because to calm me down, my mother would dip my pacifier in maple syrup.
Okay, that's starting to make some sense now. Uh-oh. Ben froze.
Ben froze?
Ben froze.
All right.
The maple story was just too much for him.
That was too much for him. No kidding. He really did. Okay, what's happening in the chat? Hey, is he frozen for you guys in the chat? What's going on? How crazy. Look at him.
Yeah, he is frozen in the on the other end.
Yeah, he's locked up. Frozen Ben, yeah, they're all seeing it. He probably doesn't realize in just talking. He's had too many edibles. He's not even looking at the chat. He's just going to keep talking. Oh, he's out. He's going to jump back.
He was just asking. He just texted me if we're still on.
Okay, it's a whole new show. What should we call ourselves?
So it's our show now.
It's the Sunday Night Guitar Show with Charles 75N and JJ's House of Jams.
His internet. Yeah, JJ, he says his internet went down. He's restarting his router.
Oh, okay. How funny.
Oh, that is too much. That is
so what are you up to, man? What's going on with you musically?
I am actually trying to get myself out of being a beginner player. And I did this 21-day challenge with the guys over at L&M Guitar Corner where we would practice every day for 10 minutes for 21 days. The idea was that if you did something for 21 days, you would build the habit of doing it. And so far, it's carrying through because I'm on day 26 and I haven't missed one since.
Wow.
So, and I'm really excited because I'm starting. My playing is starting to come along. I've been working my way through Fender Play.
Okay.
And so I've been making some progress. I was really kind of stuck in a rut and going nowhere fast.
So you were a beginner guitarist? What's a beginner guitarist in your term?
I picked one up when the pandemic started about 2 years ago. I picked it up and I would do a lesson here or there on the internet. I knew enough. I knew some chords and I got chord charts and did stuff like that. And I figured out some of the songs that I kind of liked. And
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Terry's got the idea here. But no, and so I could play some stuff and I could have fun with it and I could make some noise, but I wasn't really learning anything new. And so we were talking about how to fix that, and we came up with that idea. And welcome, Ben, to the show.
There he's back. Hey, we'd like to welcome Ben.
We should start by wishing you a happy birthday.
He's our first guest on our first show. This is
my
Ben.
internet just tapped out.
Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah. Internet just. I'm like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, I had just circles on everything, and then the whole browser just went. There's nothing here to show, nothing to see here. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a little busy at the moment.
It was funny because at first it was like you were mid sentence and you stopped, and at first it looked like you maybe were considering what you were going to say next, and then we realized, wait a minute, oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, and the worst part is you don't know how long you're frozen for. It's like, wow, rapt attention, and then wait a minute.
Hey,
so yeah, I'm back for a bit.
Yeah.
One of the best things for beginner guitarists or even like intermediate coming through like yourself is playing drop D. You know what drop D is?
Yeah.
Just to get your rhythms and to get excited with writing songs, because it won't be confusing, because just barring is creating a chord. So you can really kind of jump ahead of trying to change freaking chords and just create music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not having a whole bunch of trouble with chord changes. It's when I have to go from single notes to chords where I really have to think about it.
But for creativity of writing music, I'm saying.
Definitely. I look into that.
Because it's so simple. You don't have to think about your chord changes. Just slide. You know where all your notes are along that 12 frets, and just, all those down-tuned songs, which was so incredible. Dude, just get your freaking groove going. It's so easy. So I taught my kid to play guitar with drop tune. He started with drop tune. I'm like, F all them chords. Let's fucking get straight into it. Now, one finger, baby. Maybe not that one.
It's true. I've been playing drop D, but it's funny because I don't go up and down playing on the root notes on that. I'm always playing in the A position up and down the fretboard, right? Like I play in drop G quite often too. Rather than open G, I'll leave the bottom string still in standard tuning. And there, because I'm just getting like my stones on and stuff like that. It's just playing at a higher register, but by playing just strictly in drop D, and then I'm basically doing a lot of barring stuff from there, or moving up and down the fretboard, and it's a different key, basically, and do some cool stuff. Like I'm just as easy now. It's got to play where I'm just easy doing an open G chord by just barring the top two strings on the 5th fret and the bottom two on the 3rd. It's just natural to me.
Yeah. It's fun, easy to play.
Open shit up. Well, because like country, tons of country was drop D. CSS, like Waylon, drop D. Like good enough for Waylon, good enough for me. And then we came right back around in the 90s again too. And then that was a great thing about everything. You heard of this drop D? Yes. Actually, I'm surprised you have. And they're like, well, have you heard of, I think the first time we had heard it here was Collective Soul, with Shine. That was a big hit. And I was like, oh, drop D. I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, you can play drop D like that. And I remember I'm listening to Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger album, a lot of that's drop D. And I was just like,
oh, sick.
And then the same shit that I'm like, wait, that banjo player plays in drop D. Like, what's going on, Charles? What, Jerry Reed plays in drop D. What's going on? And I'm like, oh, the picker, oh, okay. And then I understand playing the major pentatonic as opposed to the minor pentatonic.
And then you can pick it out everywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you buy a car and you haven't seen tons of that car around, but you buy it and you start driving it and then you can't see anything but those.
Exactly.
All right, brother. I'm gonna, happy birthday to you. I've got to get going. I know my family's waiting to eat. So
Fair enough, brother. Thank you very much for joining in, and
lovely.
we shall talk soon. We're not going to go much longer anyhow, so I suppose at some time I should let the old man get back online while I still have the internet. I already went down once. We don't know how much longer this will work.
JJ, it was a thrill talking to you tonight, buddy.
Oh, bless you, man. Thank you. Rock on, Charles. Have a great night, great week.
All right, guys.
Remember to order that bee bender for that telly.
No. Take care, man.
It's a top loader for a reason. It's
a top loader for I will think about it.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Just let me, I know a guy.
You know, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that guy.
Yeah, I know you, and I know you know that guy.
Yep.
And I know you know that I know that you know that guy.
Exactly. It's all you gotta have in life, Charles. That's how you keep life smooth. Is you just gotta know a guy. Just gotta know a guy.
All right, gentlemen.
Cheers,
Everybody
brother.
in the chat. Good evening.
Take care, brother.
The one and only Charles 75.
On Ryan Hall. Woo!
Thanks, Symmetry. Yeah, we'll go a little bit longer. Why not?
Rock on, Symmetry. Maybe I'll see you later on Johnny's GTA. You down for it tonight? That's a fun night.
Yeah, Keith. Drop D, have a low E tuned down. Never played with the both E's tuned down to D, though, Neil style. Never got into that. Or Jimmy Page. Hey, Cousin Siobhan, thank you. My sister just left. I believe. I think. Probably. School tomorrow. Yep. No school tomorrow. Holiday tomorrow. That's right. Queen Victoria's birthday, JJ.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, we celebrate it tomorrow. It's actually on the 24th, apparently. But we celebrate like the third Monday of every May.
Yeah, you guys are all kind of British in that way, aren't you?
Yep.
Oh, rock on Queen Victoria.
Why not? Paid day off.
I'm sure you would be disgraced with the world in the state it's in today. We're very sorry for what we have done.
Who knows, Keith, if it was a rolling blackout. Although there's a lot, I think there's still a lot of power outages around here. This wicked windstorm came through and possibly some tornadoes yesterday, which is weird because we don't usually get that too much. It's a different day every year, Terry. Sometimes it's the 24th. It happens. I don't get it, but all I know is usually my birthday falls on a long weekend, which is nice. Yeah, Peterborough's still without power. That's right. Hit Metalworks going to do nothing tomorrow? Yep. Hang on a sec. Dad checking to see if I was on the air still. I said yes. So we'll go a little bit longer. And actually, I'll let him get back online. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Help celebrating the birthday hang. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat here. Oh, my sister did leave. Yeah, not necessarily opening tunings, just different tunings, Gary. Hey, Susan Kane, thank you very much. Ooh, hail in Kansas? No thanks. I don't like hail at any time. Hail causes damage. Thank you, Charles. Shouldn't you be like, apparently your family is starving. Go, take care of that. What's up, Leo? Appreciate it. I basically use it for watching the races, Keith. That's about it for me. So we had a brief interlude, JJ. Dad yelled downstairs to see if we're still going or not.
What's that?
Dad called downstairs. You still on the air?
Oh, did he really? Oh, bless him.
Yeah. So
Bless
here we'll
him.
go just a bit longer and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, man, it's been a cool hang.
Yeah. Hello, not ready. Oh, that's Siobhan. Right. I was like, wait, I know that name. I don't. Oh, bent the driver's door backwards in the store. That sucks. That does suck. So I can mention, we'll do Connects with Guitars tomorrow. That should be fun. Post Hangover edition, sure. That'll be Terry and myself, and maybe Tom. Tom may be lurking this evening. Probably not by this time of night, but probably with Tom. And then NAS Canucks Tuesday. Some videos further. We'll check in. I'll be working on the neck tomorrow. And then this weekend, I'll be on Fruitcake Tony's channel again.
Okay.
Yep.
Why not?
Gonna celebrate Memorial Day weekend over there and then have them over here on the Sunday night hang. And then I think the week after that's you're on again with Aaron talking NAMM.
For now, God, that's going to come around freaking quick.
I know, eh? So that
Madness.
yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun on Fruitcake Tony's channel. Jeez, I've been on a few times recently. We did a show on Steve Clark. The views are just insane on it.
No kidding.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot out there on them, so I guess. And I noticed that because I was trying to do some research, and it's really hard to find anything that's long form in any way. And so
Well, you'd have to
I made a
remind
point
me
of trying to cover as much ground as I could in it, and I guess people were digging it.
Who is he?
And Sandra was putting a bunch of facts in the chat too, which was nice. And Tony was showing off. He has some Steve Clark picks. So I was just like, Jesus, where do you get those?
Oh, he's got a lot of picks, that dude. Crazy.
He has all the picks.
He really does.
Keith Campbell says, you repping for Triumph band? If I'm going to rep a Canadian band, it'll be April Wine. I've seen them, I don't know, I think 4 times, 5 times, I don't know. I've seen them a bunch of times. And they always knock my socks off. They're great. Doing a Floyd roundtable this week. Nice. I got to meet Floyd Rose. What is that, 2019, JJ? We saw Floyd Rose in the Freeman booth.
Yeah. Cool dude.
Because I remember seeing Floyd Rose standing there talking to Grover Jackson. I'm like, well, you just don't see that every day.
You don't.
That's it, right there. That's the 80s, right there. You know?
You'll probably never see it again, man. Crazy.
All right, Mark, we'll do one for the road. One more rip off the sax for the road. It's been a little clogged. I thought I cleaned it out. Well, there's only one way to find out. Might as well try her out.
Yeah, I'm doing one for the road.
Mark and I are going to get together on Tuesday so I can fix my lawnmower because I broke a spring on it. And I got to change the blades. That's going to suck. Apparently it's cleaned out. Thought I cleaned it out well earlier. There you go, Mark. That's some of that
Got
Martin
food
OG
coming?
stuff.
It's already here?
Came a while ago.
Oh. Right on.
Food's there. Nice. And there you go, JJ. Just as a birthday celebration, this shit. Look at the price, and that was for an ounce.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is.
Right on. Lucky things. It's really mad.
I know. What a wonderful time. It frees up a lot of money for gear, I'll tell you that much. It's not really a habit, and it's that price.
That's crazy. What is it? The Canadian to the US dollar then?
So that, I don't know. Let's say it'll translate to about $20 US.
Wow. That's nuts.
And because it's on the reservation, there's no tax. Yeah, and it seems to work. So what the hell?
Right on, everyone. Just hanging
Awesome.
in there.
Yeah, well, if you haven't already, we got 32 people left here. If you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up. Of course, if you're new, please subscribe.
Ryan Hall, Mark Taff, Leo Safko, Keith Campbell, Hobo Roadie, Hit Metalworks, Guitar 1952, Ben Coombs, whoever he is, Jeff K, all hanging in with us, and whoever's not in the, yeah, that's it, and whoever else is watching not in the chat, thank you. What a great night.
Yeah, this has been awesome, folks. Really appreciate it. It's okay, Hobo Roadie. It's all good. Yeah, well, yeah, this has been awesome. Hey, we had Aaron on, we had Charles on, we had
I
Clinton
didn't get to say goodbye to Aaron. What a bummer, but I'll see him in a couple of weeks, so who cares?
Yep. I feel like I'm Cousin Doug. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. That's right, Cousin Doug. He was on ESPN. Can you tell? Yeah. Well, we'll probably wrap things up, folks, because Charles, easy now. Easy, buddy.
Yeah, he is.
Gary was guitar shopping, heard his name. What? Yep. Love it. So, yeah, we should probably wrap things up. It is almost midnight, and I'm thinking I could go for another round of pizza at this point. Wonder why. We did finish off a bag of edibles. That was fun. And we finished off the Acapulco Gold. That was fun. And we dipped into the other stuff. Had a bunch of friends on. What more can I ask for? Got the pedal for the birthday. You know, that was the birthday gift through the patrons. Thank you, patrons, basically. That was done with the patron money. Philip, always a pleasure. And we'll be back next. What was it again next week? Oh yeah, Fruitcake Tony. Right, just talked about it a few minutes ago. That last bong hit home apparently. So, any parting words, JJ? You're heading back into the studio tomorrow. Can't wait to hear it.
Dude, I will, for anyone who's in the chat right now, I will go and hug Lemmy's hammer rig for you guys tomorrow, and I'm going to go and fucking lay it down on guitar like a sick, crazy person, and send me crazy guitar vibes, and I will absorb it and put it into the music. I am just stoked, and bless you all. Thank you for the hang, and yeah, man, I love you all. Stay safe, stay positive. Damn, crazy world we fucking live in. I haven't seen you guys live like this for a while. What the hell's going on? I don't know, but
and we get to do it again in a couple of weeks.
Conspiracy theories used to be conspiracies. Now the truth is a conspiracy. So what the fuck's going on? But hey, God bless you all. Keep the music alive. Rock and roll will never fucking die. I'm telling you that right now. Look out for my band, Star Zero. We are coming through this year. Send us positive energies. We want to keep on rocking, man.
Exactly. Well, yeah, awesome. Somehow we always do these birthday hangs together, and we get to do another hang in a couple of weeks. Wish I was there doing it in person, but things are what they are. So
yeah, man. We'll be rocking it out with Aaron, and we'll do a lot of we'll get you in the freaking. I don't know. We can all connect in the freaking phone and freaking do a couple of sessions.
Figure it out.
Rocking.
Exactly. We'll figure it out.
It metal works.
Awesome.
Rock on, brother.
Thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. You know, extra thanks to the Mod Squad with the links and stuff. Special thanks to anybody that chipped in a bit for the birthday. Appreciate it as always. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night. And since we started with a Rex, why don't we end with another Rex video? Because why not? Which one are we going to use? I don't know. Let's do this one. Cheers, folks, and thanks again for celebrating birthday with me.
Rock on,
Ben,
guitar.
if you really want your guitar sounding weird, get a 12-string pack of strings and then throw out the 6-string set and then take the high 6-string set and then drop that down to a B and put them on your 6-string guitar. Snort! I'm gonna eat pizza.